Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everyone doing? To wherever we are in the world. I don't think I've ever done a live stream so early before, but today is a little bit different, as we know. So let's get a quick test of everything. I'm doing this live stream on super short notice, so I don't even know if I'm prepared or ready for this, but I guess we're gonna find out while I'm live. So just gonna wait for a couple more people to come in. Who's got the champagne? Chris, we're all gonna be having the champagne tonight. We're all gonna be buying our own bottles, spraying it. How's everyone doing today? Can I get a confirmation of the mic and video if everything is okay? Very rare live stream today. It's in the day with the daylight. Burj Khalifa behind me. On that side. Behind me on that side. Shit, yeah, it looks like the notifications aren't being sent out today. But that's okay. I'm not live, am I? It doesn't look like it. Nobody's dropping a comment. So, I mean, it could be that the live is lagging. All fine? Oh, okay. Awesome. Guys, as we're coming in, smash up those likes. Today's a very, very good day in the market. So please do hit the like button as you're joining in the live stream today. Zane is buying a Lamborghini tonight. Well, if you actually are buying a Lamborghini tonight, then fucking congratulations, mate. Nice one. Huge congrats on that. Alright. So, a lot happened. You know, the main thing is that Elon Musk today, with his Tesla company, bought Bitcoin with his company right here. So, I actually haven't even read this document yet, but this is the document that says it. It's filed with the SEC. Where does it say Bitcoin though? It does not say Bitcoin here, as far as I can. In fact, let's just search for it. Bitcoin, right there. Okay, so it's on a lower page. This right here. Thereafter, we invested an aggregate $1.5 billion in Bitcoin under this policy, and may acquire and hold digital assets from time to time or long term. This is their filing with the American government, basically saying that they have bought Bitcoin. Tesla buys 1.5 billion in Bitcoin, plans to accept it as payment as well. So Elon Musk has been behind a lot of the price action recently, and today it has come in the form of now, you know, buying some Bitcoin with this company as potentially an investment to generate hype, whatever, alongside whatever else is going on. So definitely some interesting things in the space at the moment. Technically, we've now exceeded our all-time high. Bitcoin is above our previous all-time high at $42,000. And again, this doesn't take any of us by surprise if you've been watching this channel quite a bit. I've been saying it in nearly every video that I think we are going to break the all-time high, and recently I've been saying that I think it'll happen very, very soon. Everyone's live right now? Oh, is that it? Are there a lot of YouTubers live streaming at the moment? That would make a lot of sense, actually. As you are coming in, please smash up the likes. Really do appreciate it, as usual. We're going to go for something pretty crazy today. Bitcoin has ended up exceeding its prior all-time high at $42,000, and it makes a lot of sense. Again, we're going to stick to technicals before we talk about the hype and everything like that. You know, what we need to keep in mind is just with this, you know, box that I was showing you guys, these series of green boxes, we topped out at the all-time high range before, we fell down, and I mentioned that on the second test we'd probably break it, which is exactly what happened. So we're moving very, very nicely, and it's a blue sky breakout. I mean, we've never traded above this green box before up until today, so we're getting a very, very nice pump to the upside. Today, just recently, we topped out at nearly $45,000, and you know, the really, really good news here, ladies and gents, is that Bitcoin has had its time to retrace. You know, I've said this quite a few times already, but Bitcoin has now retraced by a decent percentage amount, you know. So if you were just in, I think, yesterday's live stream, you would have heard me say this very, very clearly, where we've retraced by nice amounts on percentages, but also as far as time frame goes, right? So time frames go. We've been trending downwards within this trend for 19 days, and in total, to exceed the all-time high, it's taken us 31 days. So this is perfectly perfectly on cue for what we would expect in this market right now. Not only have we been trading downwards for a relatively long period of time, it took us about a month to break the all-time high, and we've done that off the back of a very, very bullish rally. So again, none of this stuff taking us by surprise. You know, none of you guys should be surprised by that. I know that it's super, super obvious that we were going to break the all-time high before. Everyone and then Nan was saying it. Obviously, I was very vocal about it too. But the fact that it happened here, I think, you know, you can carry this attitude moving forward, where we are obviously going to have another period like this, maybe next month, maybe this month, whatever, where it's going to start getting boring again and the uptrend is going to get a little bit less sexy. But I think 100%, you know, a lot of the time, it's going to happen a lot like this, in my opinion. We're just going to be retracing and then breaking the all-time high later on. So, once again, moving very, very nicely. Guys, as you're coming into the live stream today, please smash up the like button. It's a very, very good day for Bitcoin. For some reason, I feel like I'm super caffeinated. I'm not. And I feel really, really hyped up with the market. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I was just bored earlier today, and this excited me. So, very, very short notice live stream, very short, very early live stream as well. If you guys do appreciate that, then once again, all those likes, much, much appreciated. And we have now exceeded that all-time high. We've done it nicely. Compared to before, we're already up to the high. We're already up by about 6-7%. And where we are right now, we're still up by 3%. And so that means we've definitely, by almost all accounts, we've had a confirmed breakout, right? It's quite rare that you would rise this high above a previous all-time high and then fake out back down. Very rare. You know, usually the price, if it is going to dump back down, it'll only rise up by a little bit and then dump back down. But this much, I don't think so. And if we zoom in onto things like the 5-minute time frame, we can see some absolutely beautiful things on this chart right now. In fact, I'm going to show this to you on the 1 minute just to demonstrate what's actually happened on this chart. We ended up topping out originally at 43.9, and then Bitcoin retraced down to $42,000, which is absolutely perfect, because if I drop a line right here, in fact, let's use the Coinbase chart for this. If I drop a line, can I remove all of my lines on this chart? I don't think I don't need these lines anymore. Oh, I like those lines though. Yeah, we don't need these lines. We'll put these lines on again later if we need them. But you know, I just want to drop a horizontal line at this previous all-time high. Oops, what have I done? This previous all-time high right here, and I want to I hope I didn't show anything I wasn't supposed to. I don't think so. Hang on, I gotta double check this now. I'm paranoid. Yeah, nothing you weren't supposed to see. Okay, that's fine. And we did end up exceeding this all-time high at this red line, but if we zoom in onto the 1 minute time frame, we came right back down to test this. So this is what's really, really got me excited. You guys always hear me talking about this. I want to see us come back down to test old areas of resistance as new areas of support. And it's no surprise that as soon as we did that, look at this, we even closed at this line. As soon as we did that, just in the next bloody 15 minutes, we pumped up by 7%. So I know that 7% might not sound super crazy to you right now, but 7% up in 15 minutes is a bloody big deal. That's a really, really big deal, and it's very, very impressive. So once again, if this is all exciting you, if you're loving this, if you're loving what we're seeing right here, Ethereum pumping right now, beautiful. Let's see, I'm going to talk to you guys about Ethereum in just a little bit as well. Let's see what this does as well. I have a lot of analysis on Ethereum. As you know, I was in a trade on Ethereum. Unfortunately, it was stopped out at break even, but not before I closed some nice profits on it. And yes, I will give you my TA on Ethereum. I did hear the news. I covered it already, but we'll get back to the Tesla news again in a minute. But up by 7% in 15 minutes, big deal. And that's off the back of this support retest. This was previously an area of resistance. It was the all-time high. Bitcoin fell right back down to this level, and then that's how we bounced up. So classic resistance support flip. And when we're looking for signs that tell us, is this realistic price action? Is this going to stick? Are we going to continue rallying up from here, or is the market just going to crash? When we look for those kind of signs and we want to know those answers, I will look for things like this. If we have this, this will give me a lot of confidence that what we have right now is legit, and we keep getting it. Look, we established some more resistance around this range. I can actually draw it with a box this time, right around over here. And again, this is only the 1 minute time frame, but this is all human psychology trading right now. We're not really analyzing algorithm price action or bot price action. This is all humans. And so I think there's a lot of reason to analyze it just to prove points right now. We did use it as support as well. So confirming that we're continuing to do that now, actually currently using it as resistance. But I mean, we're either going to dump down or pump up above this during this live stream. So we're going to know the answer pretty soon to that. However, exceeding this all-time high, I think very, very bullish. And you know, not only that, we've come back down to back test it. You know, we back tested it already at the previous all-time high very shortly afterwards. So I really couldn't ask for anything else over here. You know, we did see volume spiking a little bit, although broadly speaking, it's not super, super high. We're already about halfway through the day and volume could probably close around over here, but volume isn't going to be crazy high in this market. And so we still know that the main reason we're rising up right now, and this is really important, ladies and gents, the main reason that we're rising up right now, because volume hasn't spiked massively, is because people just aren't selling. So it's not necessarily, it is, there are a lot of buyers in the market, but it's not necessarily that there are a lot of buyers in the market, which is what's causing Bitcoin to go up. No, it's mainly, in my opinion, just that less people want to sell their Bitcoin, and so it's easier to rocket that price up, and especially the case when we reach this all-time high, when we're trading at all-time highs like $44,000, and then, you know, approaching levels like 50k. I think that's where people could get a little bit more scared, but you know, when that euphoria sets in the market, obviously anything is possible. So you like the earlier streaming? Lighting is much better. Nice one. Yeah, it's okay. I might do this more often. I don't like it though. I prefer to stream later at night because it's not even good for you guys. You know, like a lot of you guys aren't even awake. As we're coming in, guys, please smash up the likes. We're having a great day with this beautiful Bitcoin price action, and I'm going to be telling you guys more about how I plan on trading this. I'm already in a trade. It's in a small profit, but nothing huge at the moment. And I've already, my previous Ethereum trade, it did close some profit and then get stopped out at break even. And I have another trade on Ethereum ready to go as well. VIPs know the full plan on exactly what's going on right there. So as usual, I'll continue to inform them on what my plans are, how I'm changing them, how I'm developing them, different things like that. If you want to get into the group, ask me for the information on it, then the steps are on screen right here. But with that, yeah, big pump on Bitcoin at the moment. Also, I'm going to be taking your questions, but we'll get to that in a bit. I see a lot of questions in the comments. You know, the main thing for me is I want to see how we're going to carry on trading higher. And I want to cover a worst case scenario because I think it's just good practice. Really, for me, the worst case scenario on this chart, if we switch it back to this chart where I have my green boxes, is if we fall below this green box. If we fall below this green box now, I will become very worried, and I will look to you know, become quite bearish on the market because I don't think we should be doing that. However, you know, there's still some support down here. There's still even support over here, so it's not going to be terrible. However, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't like to see us drop below this green box right here. We even tested a level very close to it and pumped back up, so I don't think there's any reason we should be coming back down here. And I do think that we should be looking at a pretty nice staircase to heaven happening very soon. We've already done, you know, like 7-8% of that, you know, just with this breakout. So I don't think it's going to be too difficult to keep rising up for this price action right now. And then going upwards, it's all about those psychological resistance areas, you know, 50,000, 45,000, these round numbers, exactly where Bitcoin got rejected at already. Look at this on the OHLC. The high that Bitcoin got rejected at, 44,850. So within $150 of the 45k level is where Bitcoin ended up getting rejected at. So I think that does make a lot of sense with this price action right now, where the psychology is playing a big part in the market. And we know that, we have proof of that, because this psychological round number is what made Bitcoin get rejected. And if we know that it's psychological levels that the market is responding to, then we also know that the market is very driven. It's very sparked up with emotion. And that actually makes it quite predictable to do some analysis here, because that means if we dump quickly, people will panic. If we rise quickly, people will have a fear of missing out in the market. We can see that on the 1 minute time frame. As soon as we get that breakout, look at how quickly Bitcoin shoots up. As soon as we get that confirmed support retest and a small leg up, look at how quickly Bitcoin shoots up again. Then look at how quickly it dumps. Again, this might not seem like a big deal to you, but just these two candles across 2 minutes, Bitcoin dumped by 2.5%, $1,000. So even though it's not a big percentage move, it did happen over the course of a minute or two, you know. And I think that does definitely mean that feelings are very charged, emotions are very charged in this market, and people can get upset or excited very, very quickly. So we're able to understand all of that just by looking at where Bitcoin topped out, because an algorithm doesn't give a fuck about a round number, but humans do. Humans do care. Like, okay, we're at 45,000, I'm gonna sell now. And actually that leads me on to my next point, which I'm really excited to talk to you guys about, which is that in markets like this, you know, like I said, the main reason in my opinion that we're rising up right now is not necessarily that lots of people are buying, but more so because people are, could I please say profits 3 times? Why? I don't know. I feel like you're going to make me say something stupid. But the main reason that the market is going up right now, in my opinion, like I said, it isn't necessarily that there's a lot of buyers. It's just that people don't want to sell their Bitcoin. And if there's no supply, then even a little bit of demand will shoot the market up. And the really good thing about that is that means we just need supply to become exhausted. And as soon as it's exhausted, the demand will just keep on taking the price up. And we have a lot of evidence of this. I've shown you how this works a lot, but let me see if I can find you. Here's a good example, right? So over here, there's a lot of supply in the market as we reach these green boxes. It's no surprise. I mean, with 100% accuracy, FORFLIES has been telling you, as we reach these green boxes, we'll probably start to encounter resistance. 100% accuracy. Look at how beautifully we end up getting rejected as we hit these green boxes when we're moving from down all the way up. And that's very, very useful to know, because it means that over here, this is where supply ends up increasing in the market a little bit. This is where supply, you know, starts to shift the balance of supply and demand, and there's a little bit too much supply, so demand can't really handle it, and the price plummets. But that only means that the sellers who want to sell, they need to distribute their Bitcoins. They need to be slowly selling off at levels that they're comfortable with. So this is a great example right here. There's distribution happening here. People are slowly selling off their Bitcoins over here. But then as soon as their supply is exhausted, which is on the third attempt at breaking this green box. Look, 1 attempt over here, number 2 here. On number 3, the supply is exhausted. There's no more Bitcoins to be sold, so the price breaks out upwards. This is the same analysis that I gave you when we were breaking above $20,000, and those of you who were tuning into the channel back then, you will remember how absolutely spot on, 100% correct that analysis was. So if you were subscribed back then, you would have heard exactly what was going on. If you've already smashed the like button, I'll keep on giving you that stuff as well as usual. And what I'm seeing right here, if I zoom into something like the 5-minute time frame right now, is that, you know, there's just people over here. In fact, 1 minute's probably a little bit more sensible here. There's just a lot of people that want to offload their supply. They want to distribute their Bitcoins, and as soon as supply becomes exhausted and it dries up, there is still that overriding demand. I should say there is still that underlying demand in the market, and that's what ends up pumping it higher. So, you know, these things, they tend to get crazier and crazier as time goes on, because, you know, people are just really excited. They have those dollar signs in their eyes, and they don't want to sell their Bitcoins anymore. And then there's a lot of fear of missing out until eventually it collapses. But the very good news is that I don't think we're anywhere close to a collapse like that right now, because we've had such a healthy correction. You guys hear me saying this all the time. I always want healthy corrections on this price chart. I always want to see that the price corrects in healthy ways, in sustainable ways, so that Bitcoin can trade higher very, very nicely. And I think we've done that absolutely perfectly. If we switch this onto the Bitfinex USD chart, Bitfinex BTC chart, you know, once again, for those of you just tuning in, as you come in and smash that like button, we have now consolidated for a period of 31 days before breaking up. We've done something other than breaking the all-time high and being in an uptrend. We've done something other than that for 31 days, which is a very, very respectable time frame. If I zoom out onto the daily chart and I show you what this looked like in 2017, for example, where we had really nice bull markets, when these bull markets paused, they paused for similar periods to this. Look, this is the all-time high, and then until we breached that all-time high again, we were trading sideways for 38 days. Look, this is the all-time high. Until we breach the all-time high again, trading sideways for 39 days, right? So usually it goes just a little bit longer than this, 43 days over here roughly. You know, it goes just a little bit longer than this, 46 days, but we're right in that general area where it makes complete sense for Bitcoin to be breaking out. You know, over here, set the all-time high over here, and we exceed it just within 8 days. So it varies, but having this kind of consolidation period now, we can definitely tell that as far as time-based analysis goes, this market has had time to relax. Not only has it relaxed with time, you know, we've been doing something other than uptrends for about a month. We've also corrected nicely. We corrected corrected down by 31%, from high down to low by about 31%, which is absolutely beautiful. And then once again, if I take this back to 2017 and I show you what's already happened in 2017, which is a very similar bull market to what we're in right now, which was, a very similar bull market to what we're in right now. Over here we dumped by 40%, so close to 31%. Over here we dumped by 40% again. Over here we're down by 31%, so that's very similar to what we're in right now. It just kind of fluctuates between 30 to 40% losses, minus 34%, minus 36%. So we have a lot of instances like this in 2017 where we would trade, we would be consolidating or otherwise in some sort of continuation pattern for 30 to 40 days. I've shown you, like 5 examples of that, each of them very, very useful apart from this one. And then also they retrace by similar amounts, between 30 and 40%. So what we're seeing right now is very, very typical. And, the next thing to mention is that we come off the back of this kind of price action where we retrace down by 35%. We don't break the all-time high for about 40 days. What happens next? Well, the market just becomes so healthy after that point that, yeah, despite one small drop over here, it multiplies and becomes 2.5 times bigger than before. Like its previous all-time high was 1,100, and then it tops out at $3,000. Then once this mini bear market is over, until the next bearish rally, it rallies up by 85%. So if we apply these kind of numbers now, we are looking at, I don't want to say stupid shit. Like I don't want to be jumping to conclusions right now, but if we do apply those kind of numbers right now, then we are looking at price targets even above $50,000, and I'm not going to talk about that yet, but just looking at those percentages, we go up by like 80%. We're looking at an $80,000 Bitcoin, so that's a pretty nice round number. We go up by something like 150%, and we're looking at $110,000 Bitcoin. I don't necessarily think that this is going to happen, although it doesn't matter to me, because if it does happen, I will trade it up. If it doesn't, I will trade it down. I don't really care about that. But this definitely means that we have a lot more upward potential, and crucially, we've now formed exactly the type of healthy market structure that can breed that upward movement. So I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if it was going to happen right now, the market has given us the perfect environment to do that. And that's what's exciting for me today, ladies and gents. It is the potential in this market right now. It's just the fact that we've done everything that we need to do in order to have that safe, healthy, continued upward price action. And that, for me, is what's really, really good. The fact that we retraced downwards, we set this beautiful double bottom. We ended up breaking resistance levels on the second or third retest in very, very predictable ways. This market has been super, super predictable lately. That's why very recently inside of the VIP group, I did pull a beautiful 107% profit on this move. I did later get stopped out at break even on the rest of my position, so I was taking profits on the way up, and then I got stopped out at break even, which means that when my risk came down to 0 and my stop loss was at break even, I didn't have any potential to lose on that position anymore, so I only walked away with profits, which was very, very nice. And I'm planning on doing something very, very similar once again inside of VIP. So if you want to see how I'm going to be doing that, if you want the information on that position, then VIP has already seen it. It's all in the VIP channel ready for you guys to take a look at. And as usual, my assistant is here right now if you want to follow these steps on screen and ask me about VIP. I am absolutely fired up. Thank you all for tuning in today. We've got 1,000 viewers. Let's all hit up that like button. Let's get to 500 likes. I think we can do that pretty easily. I'm going to be going on for quite a while today, I get a feeling. And I'm going to wait for some notes from my analyst, because I've covered some of the main things I wanted to, but I don't know if there's anything else he wants me to look at. And as I go on, I will also be taking your questions. So as usual, if you are going to be sending me a question today, please do it by tagging me at FORFLIES, like that. And I think it's gotten pretty dark now, so I can raise these. Yeah, and you can see the Burj Khalifa behind me. Nice. Yeah, only reason I did this is because there was too much daylight, but now we're good. So as usual, please drop your comments, hit that like button as we come in, having a party today with this price action. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Your likes really, really help the channel out. We've just hit 65,000, very close to 66,000, and I have something huge planned for you at 75K. As soon as we get there, I'm going to publish it. You guys are going to love it. Really, really excited for that. So we have a lot of questions today, don't we? Do I think a strong US dollar has a negative influence on Bitcoin? Yes, I do. However, let's see what the dollar is doing now. The dollar right now, so yeah, pretty nice price action over here. It's not really price action, but this dollar index has taken a bit of a dip after reaching this Fibonacci retracement, resistance. It's now on another potential leg down. Hopefully this ends up taking it very, very low. I think that if the US dollar continues to gain strength, then that'll be bad for Bitcoin, but this is more of a fundamental economic question, and I'm not an expert in that stuff, but I definitely have quite a bearish outlook on these subjects. 100%. I'm not optimistic about this at all. Which wallet do I recommend for small purchases? I don't know. That's a bit of a weird question. I don't really understand your question. You mean like a Bitcoin wallet? So yeah, I think if I don't think there is many reasons to expect that the dollar is gonna get stronger over the next even year or 5 years. And if that's the case, then I definitely think that these investments will go up. A big part of this today, though, if you've just missed it, if you've just tuned in, is that Elon Musk with Tesla has bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin over the past couple of days. Over the past couple of days, he has been tweeting a lot about crypto and Doge and different things like that. However, he's just gone ahead and taken a whole new step, a big step over here by buying a whole bunch of Bitcoin. He filed it today, announcing that they've bought $1.5 billion. I keep on doing this. That they've bought $1.5 billion of BTC. This is the official SEC filing that we've got on screen right here. It details the company, it details where they're listed on the stock exchange and different things like that. And then a little bit lower, they specifically mention that they've bought right here. This is the official document right here. Thereafter, we invested an aggregate $1.5 billion in Bitcoin under this policy and may acquire and hold digital assets from time to time or long term. Moreover, and this is probably the more exciting part, we expect to begin accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment for our products in the near future, subject to applicable laws and initially on a limited basis, which we may or may not liquidate upon receipt. So this is really, really bullish. Let me translate this into English for those of you who maybe English is not your first language or this was just confusing. Really, I want to focus on the second sentence that I highlighted here. Moreover, we expect to begin accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment. So this isn't really half in, half out. This article makes it sound like, they plan on accepting it as payment, but I think that this actual filing, this makes it definite. They are 100% going to be accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment. Maybe not 100%, maybe something closer to 90%, but it's very likely that they'll start accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment for their products, which is absolutely great, subject to applicable laws, initially on a limited basis, which we may or may not liquidate upon receipt. So what this means is that they may or may not sell the Bitcoins that they earn. A lot of people, when they accept Bitcoin for their transactions, they will take your, you will pay from your wallet, you will pay Bitcoin for whatever, I'm thinking of buying weed in Amsterdam right now because there was someone there who let me pay with Bitcoin there a long time ago. That was funny, but it could be anything. You want to buy like a microwave, right? You would send it to the store and the store would immediately liquidate it they would sell it into USD, dirhams, pounds, yen, whatever you have in your country, and then they would give you the microwave. However, what Tesla is saying here in their official SEC filing to the US government is that they may not sell the Bitcoin, they might just hold it. And so this acts as an investment, this acts as just something that's quite bullish. It's it's a big step, and for a long time, and even still now, I love this. I think it's very, very exciting, but I don't necessarily think that Bitcoin is going to become anything like a world reserve currency. However, if it is going to be, first of all, I'm very happy to be wrong about that. That would be amazing that would be probably the best thing to happen in finance, in society, in our lifetimes, if it happens. I don't think it would happen, but if it does, it would be very, very cool. And the point is, this is a step towards that. So whether or not it's going to happen, this is a big step towards exactly that happening. If that kind of thing is exciting you like it's exciting me right now, ladies and gents, smash up that like button because I'm super, super excited about that. This is one of the biggest companies in the world, one of the most valuable companies in the world in the tech space, headed by, if I'm not mistaken, the richest man in the world, now coming out and potentially, you know, investing company funds in Bitcoin as an investment, you know, and that's just great for PR, isn't it? So there's a lot to talk about over there. I think that definitely makes things very, very exciting for Bitcoin at the moment. Any idea why Tesla Bitcoin purchase did not come up on whale alert? Good question, Kesser. The reason it didn't is most likely because they bought it over the counter. With OTC desks, it's over the counter means OTC. With OTC desks, the transaction usually stays private, and that's one of the big benefits of doing an OTC transaction. So the public doesn't need to know about it. You know, what might have happened is that the Bitcoins moving would hit something like whale alert, and I'm sure there's very easy. I'm sure there's very easy explanations for that, like the Bitcoins haven't been moved yet, but they're now legally in the custody of Tesla, different things like that. I don't know, it's financial stuff in the US, so it's obviously going to be unnecessarily complicated. I'm going to go through some more of your questions now, as usual. Make sure that you tag me so that I actually see your question. Appreciate the live stream. I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you very much. Is there a correlation or trend in relation to altcoins when Bitcoin increases? Do people exit altcoins to enter Bitcoin? Let's see. I think today the altcoin markets have definitely taken a hit. Cardano down by 7%. Look at this. I see your questions about VIP, by the way. My assistant is here and he will get back to you. So Cardano topped out at, look at that, 1800. Beautiful, beautiful. I need to see which levels I outlined on the stream last time, but it ended up dipping by something like, what is this, 30%? Yeah, 23% it ended up dipping down by, and right now down by 8% in 24 hours. Bcash obviously down by 6% because it's a shit coin. Tron down by similar amounts as well. Link, surprisingly holding pretty damn well. It's almost like Link is just sleeping. It's come back down to that support area that I outlined for you guys a long time ago. So that's been a very nice buy zone for quite a while, and it looks like it still is. So that's quite exciting. Ethereum also, I mean, Ethereum is up against the dollar, but compared to Bitcoin, it's not even done half as well. And this does fluctuate sometimes. I mentioned that when Bitcoin starts looking really sexy again, people do start dropping their altcoins, and they do start going just into Bitcoin to ride that wave up. And that's a really, really good thing for us, because that means that the moves become very predictable. Bitcoin will do the moves first, and then when Bitcoin starts being a little bit boring, that's when money goes back into the altcoin market. And so you get to ride the same market wave twice, and the second time it's a lot less risky, in my opinion, because you already know now that the market is bullish and the market is excited. And if you know that, and you know a little bit about human psychology, which is mainly that when you make some money, you will want to make a lot more, that will then I think make it very obvious that the market is ready to pump up very, very high, just off the fact the rest of the markets, like these altcoin markets, are ready to pump up very, very high, just based off the fact that if people have made money in Bitcoin, they're probably going to want to make money in altcoins. Because if Bitcoin is up by 12% in a day, the equivalent move in a coin like Cardano might be 30%, it might be 25%. And so the upside potential is way bigger on altcoins than Bitcoin. And that means if you're just aware of these things and you know what to look for, it actually becomes quite predictable to ride second waves in the market. And for those of you who have been wondering, that's exactly how my success rate in VIP was so strong over the past 6 months. It wasn't necessarily that I was trading the right things at the right time, or I was well, it was, but it wasn't necessarily that I was predicting big market moves or I was a genius. No, not really. It was mainly just that there were certain moves which were repeating in parallel markets all the time. So Bitcoin might make a move and then it would pump up very, very nicely. And then Ethereum would make the same move the next day. And then Cardano would make the same move the next day. And so it becomes very, very predictable, where I would just trade the same market pattern on 3 different markets on 3 different days. And each time my stop loss would be at break even and things like that. And so that's why, out of like 40 trades, for example, I might have only had 6 trades going wrong. Which to me is pretty bloody spectacular. I don't know if those are the exact numbers, by the way, so don't quote me on that. But just to kind of make a point, that's why it happened. It's because I was able to duplicate the same trades over and over and over, and that's absolutely great because it still meant that the dollars gained were very, very nice. So if you want to jump into VIP and see what's going on there, then the steps are on screen for you to do that. How long are the bull runs on average? Good question. I don't really know though. I think that A couple of years makes sense, 1 or 2 years. The other thing to keep in mind, though, is that this market is mature. It doesn't really seem like it, but it's supposed to be maturing and becoming slower and slower. I guess it's technically kind of, yeah, been in a bull market since March of 2020. So we're not even at the 1 year mark yet. And I think that 2 years makes a lot of sense as far as timeframes go. Put it this way, you know, that's not the kind of question I like to answer. However, I do think that there's a lot of possibility that, you know, I think there's a very high possibility that we're nowhere near the end of this market cycle right now. And one of the big reasons is that we only exceeded the all-time high 2 months ago. You know, we only passed above $20,000 2 months ago, and it's very clear that this wasn't a fake out because we've, you know, we haven't really dumped below 20K since then. So this is quite a clear, true uptrend in my opinion. And that means, you know, I do think that there's a lot of space for this market to keep rising as far as time frames go for a long time moving forward. You know, just based off the information I have now, that might change. You know, we might get a big dump that scares me, you know, or whatever. I don't know. But, you know, like right now, going off what I'm seeing right here, the fact that we only passed the all-time high 2 months ago, there's usually a lot of juice left in the tank once you pass the all-time high. That's why I think 50K is pretty easy. I even think numbers above 50, 60, whatever, they could be manageable. I showed you in this video a level like 80,000 or 110,000. These are all possibilities that I'm seeing in the market, but I won't talk about that yet because we are still really far away from it, and I don't really trade things that are that far away. You know, I mean, for Bitcoin to rise up that high to $80,000, for example, it would be an 87% pump. And to put it into perspective, I already made 107% profit trading Ethereum in like 3 days. So, you know, like I prefer to get those kind of gains a lot faster and continuously compound them, because what I'm about in this market is all about what I call wealth creation. I'm not somebody who was born into money who wants to just get a stable 10% every year or whatever. No, I'm looking to make money, like, for the first time. Obviously, I've made some money already. Want to keep on going, and that's what I call wealth creation. You know, you're trying to turn nothing into something, and that's where, you know, playing on leverage has been very, very good for me. Although, of course, it's super risky and it's not for everybody. You know, UK viewers, for example, shouldn't do it because your government thinks they know better than you, and they say you shouldn't do it. If you do want to find out where I'm doing it, by the way, I trade these markets on Phemex, among others, but this is one of the main platforms I use. It's a great platform. They don't require KYC, so you don't have to submit your passport or anything to trade here. It only takes 30 seconds. The link to join them is in the description down below. And the thing that's really good about these guys is they let you trade a lot of pairs. They let you trade Link, Cardano, bcash, Tron. These are the main things that I analyze quite a bit. Even Ripple, Bitcoin, and then one of the ones that really gets me excited down here is gold. You can even trade gold over here. You can trade Uniswap. You can trade YFI. There's a lot of pairs on Phemex, which a lot of people are very, very interested in. They don't require KYC. I was just on a call with them today, by the way. They were telling me about how they're scaling with demand now. They've got better liquidity now as well. Lots of improvements coming in. And the good thing about being able to trade on an exchange like this with my referral link, for example, other than the bonus you get, you know, you get free money to trade with when you make a deposit. Just other than that is, if you ever have a problem, you can come directly to me. I always show you how to message me. It's by following these steps on screen right now. You can come to me if you ever have a problem with Phemex, for example, and I will rush your issue with the team, you know, because I can talk to them. I'll say, hey, look, I got a viewer, sort this guy out, make it quick. We've even done this before for a viewer. So, you know, it's very rare that people ask me to do this because no one really ever has issues. But if you do, it's good to know that you have a shortcut to getting your problem resolved. Beyond that, it's just good as a backup too. If you don't already, you know, if you already have an exchange and you're very, very comfortable, then there's no harm in having a backup, because your exchange could get hacked, your account could get hacked, they could have some downtime, there could be any sort of problem. And if you have all of your eggs in one basket, you are asking for trouble. So the link to join Phemex is in the description below. There's plenty of other options if you don't want to join Phemex anyway. And of course, I've got my tutorial on Phemex, which you can watch by typing this into YouTube. So just pause the video here and you can find my Phemex tutorial. Thank you all for tuning in today, guys. We're up to 1,000 viewers. As we're coming in, please smash up those likes as usual. I really do appreciate your support in these times. It's been an absolutely beautiful market, and for those of you who are just tuning in, one of the key things I'm seeing in this market right now is the beautiful support retest. We ended up coming back down to our previous all-time high, which is this red line. We pumped up above this all-time high. We came back down. We closed over here, and that's when we rallied upwards very, very nicely. So I'm very, very happy with that. We've already back tested the previous all-time high. Hopefully we do it again. And the more we do it, the better, you know, up until, you know, maybe 3 or 4 support tests. And I think that could be what really straps a jetpack to Bitcoin over here. Somebody has asked me here, do I think that Bitcoin could reach 50,000 today? You know, it's not far away. You know, I really gotta, I've got to put this into perspective for you real quick. You know, we're on the 4-hour time frame right here, and let's use my Gemini chart because I have my beautiful boxes, and I want to demonstrate something to you real quick. If we set a line, you know, like a target at $50,000, and we're gonna make this line blue because it's exciting. You know, the previous all-time high was right around the top of this green box. To our high that we set today, we've already risen up by 7%. So going up by another 7% from here, it's gonna put us pretty close to 50K. It's gonna put us at 48K. Just doing what we've already done today. In fact, what we've already done today is up by like 13%. So if we measure this now, if we measure this from the price, from the lowest price we traded at today to the highest price we traded at today, we're up by 14%. And you know, another 14% from here, it would put us above 15K. So if we do what we've done today, if we do it again, say tomorrow or just later today, it's entirely possible, I think, that Bitcoin could exceed that $50,000 level, or maybe hit it and get a very strong rejection. I don't know what would happen at that point, but I think it's very, very possible that we can do this again, because we've already done it. This is the same thing that I was telling you guys about with Ethereum a lot on this channel. So those of you who have been subscribed, shout out to you guys. You've heard my analysis on this loud and clear, where Ethereum, I think, is going to have a pretty easy time rising up to levels like $2,000. And I was putting it into perspective at levels like this here, showing you that, look, in this space of time with this one pump, Ethereum is already up by 5%. If it has another 5% pump from here, it should be able to get to a level like $1,600, which it does the very next day or even the same day. So we have very clear examples of where we are exceeding these expectations, and we are repeating these big pumps a lot across this market, which really allows it to set beautiful all-time highs. What I said here very clearly was that if Ethereum could do this again, it would probably go, you know, it can go up to these levels very easily, and that is exactly what's happened. So I don't think that this is going to stop. I do think that these coins, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and the like, still have a lot of juice left in the tank in order to do these very impressive things. So I'm just looking at, okay, so a little bit of analysis. I believe this came from Tone Vase, that my analyst has sent me. As you guys know, Tone Vase is an analyst I love to bits. He's like my biggest role model. Even met up with him a few times. I act like a fucking fanboy. It's kind of embarrassing, but I love him, and some analysis that he shared. And actually, it looks like it's invalid now, that my analyst showed me right now. But we have got this trend line potentially indicating that we're in something like a bull flag at the moment. I don't know. This looks invalid now. Yeah, it's pretty close to being invalid, but just showing you, it doesn't really matter if it's valid or not. I think what this does show us is that, look, we're trading sideways in an uptrend. And what happens when you trade sideways in an uptrend? You know, it's a pretty standard thing. Once again, those of you who watch this channel often, you will know this super, super clearly by now. When we are in an uptrend and we just kind of pause and trade sideways, that's usually what I would call what is called a continuation pattern. It's not what I call it, that's the legit name for it. It's a continuation pattern, and it's just a trend that will it's a pattern in the market that continues the market movement upwards. And you know, that could come in the form of, you know, we could fight the trend. We could slowly trend downwards and then form a staircase. We could form a bull flag that gradually narrows and then we pump up. We could form an ascending triangle that looks something a little bit like this, and then we pump up. You know, any of these things are possible, but the broad point here is that it's just something other than trending upwards. The price just kind of time moves it forward, but it doesn't do anything particularly interesting. And when we really zoom in, we can see that that's definitely, you know, some sort of a sideways trade. It doesn't matter what label we put on it. The point is we're not, you know, we're trading sideways. We're in some sort of continuation pattern within a very, very strong uptrend. And, you know, the really good news with this, we go back to this question once again, and the guy who asked me, can we go to 50K today? The really good news here that makes me think, you know, it is possible, is that we've just come out of quite a slow market compared to what we've been in. You know, I mean, this market did move pretty nicely. There have been some beautiful trading opportunities, and VIPs saw how I took advantage of them. VIPs even saw how I handled some losses, because I did lose some money in this market as well. You know, there's been, oops, my chair's just broken. There's been a lot of potential for very, very nice trades here. And what was my point? Just that chair situation threw me off. Yeah, 50K. You know, the fact that we were in this relatively boring market, you know, we were consolidating for 30 days. When we come out of this kind of market, we usually have a lot of volatility returning into it. And that is to say that volatility will dry up, it will go down when we're consolidating, when we're forming continuation patterns. But as soon as that trend continues, as soon as you instigate that trend again and you're back to setting new all-time highs and things start looking sexy and exciting again, it becomes very easy for the market to move up very high, very quickly. That's something really, really important to keep in mind, where I talk to you guys about time analysis, where, you know, if we've spent a lot of time consolidating and then we suddenly get a big move up, I don't expect that we're going to spend a lot of time consolidating again. I think that the next period of consolidation could be pretty short. And then, you know, the price ends up trading higher. So I don't know what pretty short means here. Pretty short, you know, in this case meant, you know, in order to take the price from 43.8 up to 44, up to 45K, you know, for, you know, short-term consolidation here meant 9 minutes, 9 to 20 minutes, depending on how you defined it. Short-term here could mean 1 hour and 30 minutes. But the point is, I don't think that it's going to be, you know, 5 days or 1 month or a week or even 12 hours. I think that, you know, this could break out within the next, you know, couple of hours. You know, what time is this here? This is 1520. This is in like another hour, right? Yeah, 30 minutes. So in total, a 2-hour consolidation would make a lot of sense in my opinion, because we've just been in a comparatively very slow market. And I think that really makes the potential for this market to pump up very, very nice. If that kind of thing really excites you like it does for me, then please smash up the like button as you're tuning in. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I want to see what we're at right now, because I know we're really close to 66,000 subscribers. We just hit 65, which is very, very exciting. Thank you all for your support. It's always much appreciated. Where are we at? So we're so close to 66,000, just like 50 subscribers away. When is a good time to open an Ethereum long? So that's a detail that I shared in VIP. I'll be talking about it today in this live stream. Oh fuck, now I'm having, how is the connection, guys? Are we having connection issues on this live stream, or is everything okay? I'm going to go through some more of your questions in a bit. And I also want to talk to you about where I think and how I think Ethereum will start dominating in the market again. We'll get to that in a little bit. So just looking at all these comments, thank you all for tuning in once again today, guys. 1,077 viewers. Welcome. How are we all doing? Where are we from today? We, because I'm guessing there's not much America. Cali is just waking up now. It's like 7 a.m. in California. Definitely a nice wake up for you Californians out there. Once again, if you guys want to see how I'm trading, by the way, I see your messages about VIP. The steps to join are on screen. FORFLIES, when buying long term, is it correct understanding that the circulating supply should be closer to the overall? If so, is there a general percent to consider? Day, that is not a question for me to answer, because I don't really consider those things, because I'm not a long-term buyer of any coin. I am, but with few exceptions. I'm not, but with few exceptions, sorry. Generally, if the circulating supply is not close to the overall supply, it means that that there is some potential to get dumped on by the founders or whatever. So that might be good practice. Is there a general percentage to consider? I don't know, 80%, 90% circulating. I think that would make sense, but I couldn't, I mean, this is not for me to say really. Oh, just got another article here, Grayscale. This is a, I forgot what Grayscale is actually. hedge fund or something. I don't even know. It doesn't matter. They've just bought 100K. They're a big name in the crypto space. They've just bought $100,000. Sorry, 100,000 Ethereum tokens worth $5 billion. So big buys on the institutional level here. Slightly unbelievable for me, but we are seeing big moves here, and I think that a lot of it is to engineer pumps in the market for retail, and then obviously, you know, they would sell on the retail, because we know, and we've proven many times on this channel, how and why you know, people who are actually suited and tied up, and they're, you know, they're serious investors, they're institutions, whatever, they're big players with big money. We've already covered how those guys were buying, and we have, you know, super I think convincing proof of it on a technical level, on a psychological level, why they were buying down here. So, you know, it makes a lot of sense that these kind of headlines, they are, you know, there to engineer hype and different things like that. I do believe that they're also buying Bitcoin, because to be fair, it looks like it has good upward potential, but the real Bitcoins, they were bought down here. And one of the big reasons I know this is, as you can see, that there's very clear price suppression going on here. Very, very clear price suppression. I want to break this down for you for a minute, because I know that a lot of you guys listening in today are new to the market, and you need to know what this looks like, because no one wants to highlight this to you. Everyone wants to tell you, no, you're early, you're going to make a lot of money. Look, you probably are going to make a lot of money, but you're definitely not early. And I want to show you why. So in this market right here, we switch it over to the 4-hour time frame. What I want to show you guys right here is that the market made a lot of attempts. When it dropped below when it dropped below $6,000 over here, FORFLIES played this. You guys remember I played a short position over here inside of VIP, closed a beautiful 60% profit. Then I traded this direction as well, so I traded both sides, which was very, very fun. 60% profit here, 360% profit over here. All of those details once again shared inside of VIP. So if you want to join, then you can follow these steps on screen to ask me how to join VIP. Like I said, my assistant is here right now while I'm live streaming, and he will get back to you very, very shortly with all the information. But right here, what we saw was big spikes and attempts to take Bitcoin up above this $4,000 level. This line right here represents 4,000. Actually, sorry, this line is $4,000. However, you know, broadly speaking, we were just trying to penetrate that level. We couldn't really do it, and we made a lot of attempts, like a lot of attempts. And when you get big sell-offs there at times like this, when the market is so low, you've got two big things happening in the market. First of all, the market has dipped a lot from a previous comfortable price level. The market has dipped a lot, and second of all, we're getting strong rejections at the $4,000 level. So that would often mean, because the market has moved down a lot, that we could be in an accumulation phase in the market. This is where Bitcoins are being accumulated in the market. And so every time we start leaving this range, and this range means, you know, anything between kind of like 3,000 and that's a disgusting line. In fact, let me just draw a box. Every time we try and leave this kind of range, there are very strong sell-offs that happen, because at this time, you know, what we also need to keep in mind is that the market is very fragile. The market is super fragile, and emotions are very, very fragile, so it's easy to upset traders in this space. And that means, with that in mind, you know, you can trigger a lot of panic very easily. And so by triggering this panic, by selling off over here, Bitcoin ends up setting a new low. And guess who the smart guys are that are buying down here? You know, at this point, we end up rallying up a little bit. Then they bring some more panic back in the market, and look at how low Bitcoin goes. And then from the 10th of January, guys, this is super, super important. You're going to love this. From the 10th of January until the 10th of February, pretty much, this is a month of trading. Bitcoin just moving sideways, completely sideways, at three distinct price levels, at 3,400, 3,550, and 3,650. Three very distinct price levels, which, as we know now with our hindsight analysis, were fucking beautiful buy levels. We're trading there sideways for a month. We're trading there sideways for a month. And that doesn't mean that nobody's interested in the market. That means that they've engineered fear in the market to take the price of Bitcoin lower, and then they're just slowly accumulating Bitcoin. Sometimes the accumulation gets a little bit excited, so we get pumps upwards. look at this, but then it very quickly gets reined right back in so that there are better entry levels to be found on Bitcoin. And all the while, the thing is, these bigger players, they've got so much money that if they did buy it properly, like if they just bought normally, like you and I might buy, we want to buy Bitcoin, we just buy, we don't really think about it. These guys, if they bought Bitcoin, they would send the market flying up because there wasn't enough Bitcoin in the market for them to accumulate. I know this because of the connections I've had in the industry all the way going back this far, who confirmed for me the kind of people that were buying at these levels and the kind of people that were selling. And it was mainly just the smart people with a lot of money, the very rich clients of these people. These were the guys that were buying Bitcoin right here. So I know this with my own information. I know this by judging price action and understanding psychology. And I know this by understanding what market manipulation looks like. And it's where we end up peaking higher and then big sell-offs are engineered. Look, a lot of volume stepping in right here. And then we don't need a lot of volume to take the market lower afterwards because there's just a lot of fear. And so within this beautiful price range of 30 days, people very slowly but carefully buying Bitcoin up and then averaging a very nice entry around over here. And then eventually you can't keep on suppressing that pressure, which is what I noticed inside of FORFLIES VIP and on a video that I published on this day on the 1st of April. And I told you guys that I think there's going to be a very, very big pump upwards because we're trading right at this resistance level. And this time, because we traded there for about 24 hours, this time, these market manipulators have not been able to suppress Bitcoin. And if they can't suppress Bitcoin, that means, look at how much energy they've capped in. This is like you've got a kid and he really, this is my terrible analogy of the day. You've got a kid, he really wants to throw a tantrum. He really wants to lose his shit and just, let out some emotions, and you're not letting him do it. And, this goes on for years and years and years. And eventually he gets a chance to release everything. And it's just a massive explosion of in this case, it was fear of missing out. Because, the other key thing that we saw in this price range, and we can apply this to the current market, so I'll get to that in just a second. But the other thing about this price range is that there was basically no trading happening within this range. So the next thing that I told you guys in the YouTube channel, in VIP, we've been around for a long time, so it's no surprise that we saw this, is that there was basically no trading action happening over here. So we'd probably teleport basically straight up to $5,000 or even 6,000, and that's what we ended up doing. Because if I play this chart forward now, we can see very clearly that we just kept on trending higher in a rising wedge type pattern. So absolutely beautifully still moving the market higher, moving very nicely, and then we take our next legs up very well into that $6,000 range with a little bit more time. So the market moving very nicely purely because it was in a low liquidity zone right here, and we gravitate towards high liquidity zones. And so if we take this back to the market right now and I bring this to the present day, what does this mean for us now? Well, it means that this price suppression, or in this case just distribution of the asset, a lot of it was completed at levels like this. Over here a lot of people wanted to sell. The next time we got here, nobody wanted to sell Bitcoin anymore because the supply was exhausted here. Same case over here. A lot of people wanted to sell Bitcoin here and over here, but on the third attempt, all of that supply was exhausted, so the market shot up. This kid got his tantrum, got his emotional release, and you can see how high the market went in both instances. So very beautiful price action here, very predictable. And once again, if we look at where this might go now, these kind of high liquidity zones we're looking at, one of them on the Coinbase chart is the previous all-time high. This is just an area that has a lot of attention, a lot of eyeballs, a lot of people very interested in it, and so very naturally we gravitate back down to this level, and then we end up pumping higher. I think that we're in one right now, so if we end up pumping up, we might end up finding support at this 43k range, which is not that bad. And and then as for another potentially interesting gravitational pull kind of level, I'm sorry, I should say that with better English, a level that has more gravitational pull, it'll be the current all-time high, which is at, which we set, like an hour ago, at $45,000. And, I think that would be a level that the price really wants to gravitate to as soon as we've traded sideways. And again, we got to really understand what's going on here. Every time the market tries to push these levels higher, this is on the 1 minute time frame now, so this is happening just while you were watching the live stream. Every time the market tries to push a little bit higher, there are sellers that step in, but they're not selling selling very large amounts. Look, the volume isn't very high. So, and we know this because we know that there's not a lot of volume coming from sellers, which is mainly why the market is going up. So as soon as these sellers get exhausted, that's where I'm expecting the next leg to happen. And again, you know, a lot of this is going to depend on psychology. We ended up topping out at $45,000. No surprise. It's a big round number. It's a multiple of $5,000. And so it makes a lot of sense that we ended up topping out at this level, and I think that we could be looking at another rejection there. I don't know, maybe we trade sideways there and then we pump up. Doesn't really matter, but the next area of resistance that I'm seeing is that $50,000 level. There's one caveat here though. As we get closer and closer to $50,000, there are going to be people here thinking that I'm much smarter than the rest of the people in this market, and actually I want to go short just below 50k. So, you know, 50k is over here. I want to go short at 48.9. I want to go short at 47.8, for example. Those examples might be too extreme. You know, people might be just thinking, you know, okay, we're at 50k, I'm going to short at 49.5, or I'm going to sell at 49.2, for example. And so we might not actually get to 50, we might just get close to it. And that's exactly what happened with the 2017 $20,000 Bitcoin peak. We didn't actually get to $20,000. We got to about 19.5 or 19.8. And then the market topped out. So I think we could be looking at a similar situation in this market right now. And again, a lot of it is going to depend on psychology. And for those of you just tuning in, if you haven't already smashed up the like button, please do that. We're at 500 likes. I said that would be easy. We've already done it. Thank you all for the love on this video. You know, for those of you just tuning in, I have mentioned that the fact that we're getting rejected at these psychological resistance areas tells us very clearly that right now this market is moving based off psychology and not much else. And so that does make it quite predictable, because psychology doesn't change. It's been the same in humans, obviously, for many years. So hopefully we've got a lot of questions in the comments, but as usual, make sure you tag me just like this to make sure in the comments that I actually read your comment and I respond to your questions. But I'm going to go through some more questions right now. John Vogel also saying, show some love and hit that like button. Thank you very much. And also, if you haven't already, yeah, please do subscribe. I think I already read that comment, actually. ADA, not link analysis. I will look at ADA in a moment, bro. Not at the moment, though. Just a little bit later. Why don't I talk about fundamental reasons for the pump? I think the reason for today's pump is, yeah, I did talk about it. You might have just missed it. I meant for crypto purchase for new investors. So this person wants to know, where is the best place to buy Bitcoin as a new investor? You know, I think it's going to depend on your volumes. If you have really big volumes above, you know, like 10k or 100k US, then you would want an over-the-counter desk. If you have anything below kind of like 10k US, below 50k US, any exchange would work fine. In the West, Coinbase.com is good. Localbitcoins.com is one that will work for almost anybody in the world, maybe apart from Germany. There's a lot, and really I think, you know, just typing in buy Bitcoin and then your country in Google is going to return to you the best options. And I couldn't say, you know, I know that I think Bybit, there's a link to Bybit in the description. They allow you to buy Bitcoin with a credit card or something like that, or just directly from your bank. So that might be interesting to a lot of you guys. I really couldn't say, because it's different for different people depending on your country. I didn't buy Cardano. No, I haven't traded it. FORFLIES, any idea why Tesla Bitcoin purchase? Oh, already answered that one too. Should we wait to buy Bitcoin? I can't tell you what you should do with Bitcoin. Where do I see ETH going from here? So, you know, Ethereum is being held back right now because Bitcoin is so exciting, but I don't think it's going to stay like that forever. We've seen this a lot on the chart where Ethereum will take pullbacks against Bitcoin. Look at this. It's in a bit of a pullback right now, but it's been recovering from them, because Ethereum against Bitcoin right now is in a pretty nice uptrend. And I don't think that, you know, little dips like this, you know, they don't typically last very long in this market. So I think that Ethereum is going to regain that strength against Bitcoin. It's just going to be when Bitcoin tops out or does something a little bit more boring. And as soon as that happens, I do think we're going to be in a situation where Ethereum can hit levels like $2,000. That's the main target I have for Ethereum. Still, we've been responding to these levels really well, in my opinion. Look at this on the 4-hour time frame with the Ichimoku support. Our analyst inside of FORFLIES VIP, I'm sorry, the 1-hour time frame, he was actually a little bit unsure about this, but I was very happy to see that we found beautiful support inside of this Ichimoku cloud, and then ending up pumping out of it pretty much just within one day, inside of 24, inside of 36 hours, something like that. So I'm really happy about how I'm really happy with how Ethereum has been performing alongside these kind of support resistance areas right now. We to put this into perspective once again, we ended up finding a lot of resistance at this diagonal blue line here. Look at this, look at these rejections, 1, 2, 3 big rejections, and I mean big rejections in the market. If we calculate this, the first rejection took Ethereum down by 32%, the second rejection took Ethereum down by 27%, and the third one took it down by 17%. We can see something interesting here where each dump got weaker with the chart, and then eventually we ended up breaking up. We had a similar situation right here where there were still some sellers in the market, so they had to distribute their Bitcoins, and as soon as that supply was exhausted, their Ethereum, as soon as that supply of Ethereum was exhausted, the price ended up shooting up higher. But yeah, we had a very interesting sign there. This, by the way, is the same sign that I highlighted on the YouTube channel on FORFLIES just a couple days ago. So those of you who were subscribed to the channel, you will know exactly what I'm talking about here when I say, oh god, what have I done? When I said that I think Bitcoin has some real chances at rising up higher, purely because it's already, its dumps are getting less extreme. I already spoke about this on Bitcoin, so shout out to you guys who did subscribe. Thank you all very much for your support. If you haven't already, please do smash up that subscribe button, like the video if you haven't as well. Where are we at? We're super close to 66,000 subscribers. So close, we're 20 away. So if you haven't already, just 20 of you, please do that. And take us up there. That would be very fun. But then right there, this diagonal line of resistance turning into very nice support, and this is what really excites me. Look at this, we came back down to this level, tested it as support 3 times, and then set a new all-time high, and then did it again on the way back down. Then we turned it into resistance, and now it's turned into support once again. So Ethereum is showing me all the classic hallmarks of very healthy, fruitful price action, something that's very exciting to me, something that makes me feel very optimistic with the market, and I'm super happy about that. I think Ethereum could just end up trading sideways now for the next day, I don't know, next couple of hours, whatever, and then pumping up to set a new all-time high quite soon. I think there's a very nice possibility of that. Worst case, I still think that it has some nice support below it, and because I don't think that Bitcoin is bearish right now, I don't think that Ethereum could dump massively either. So I'm not super optimistic about it compared to Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin is obviously the one leading the market, and it's been like that for a few days now, and we knew that, so this didn't take us by surprise. However, I still have a lot of love for Ethereum, and I think it still has a lot of potential to do something very exciting. So I've already told VIP members exactly how I'm going to be trading Ethereum. They have the full details of exactly what my plan is, from absolutely everything, why I'm doing it, why I shouldn't do it, where I'm going to be entering my position, what kind of leverage I'm using, where my stop loss is going to be, what kind of strategy I'm going to have to take profit on that position as well. Same for my current Bitcoin position. Those of you just tuning in now, I'm currently in a Bitcoin position, which is in a small profit. It's nothing huge, but it's still better than being out of the market at the moment. I'm very optimistic about it, and VIP's got the details on that position. They also got the details on my Ethereum position. Even yesterday, I told them about it. So there's been a lot going on inside of that group, and if you're not already in, then we're currently at the lowest prices it's ever been at, because Bitcoin is so high. So if you want to reach out, then you can follow these steps on screen. Click on the first link in the description down below, then click on the @FORFLIES button, and then click on send message. This process, these 3 big clicks, will take you less than 30 seconds. There's no download process required, there's no sign up process required as well, and it will take you straight to a messaging app with me. So it'll be very easy to reach out to me. We've had beautiful results inside of VIP recently. This guy ending up selling a bunch of his holdings and putting it towards buying a house. He recognizes that Bitcoin might go up, whatever, but he doesn't want to gamble because he's not rich enough to do that kind of thing yet. So very happy with this progress. He joined VIP a while back, made a shitload of money, now buying a house, and he's exited the market, but still leaving a little bit of Bitcoin left in the market just to have a bit of fun with, which I really respect. I think that's really cool. I need to refresh these testimonials actually, because I've kept on showing these to you guys over the past little bit. Here's another one. This is I believe a very new VIP member who joined us quite recently, if I'm not mistaken. Made a very nice 52% profit on Ethereum, closing with 0.1 Ethereum of profit. So this is at the current price of Ethereum about $170 in profit, which, to some of you guys it might not seem like a big deal, but it really showcases very well how VIP isn't something for the elitists who drink the best bubbly and have $30,000 linguini or whatever to join. This is a lot of normal people in the group. Obviously I can't tell you what a good balance is to join. That's for you. I can't give you financial advice, but we have people who don't own banks, who don't you know, own properties and stuff like that with generational wealth. It's just normal people kind of who started out like me, joining into the group and still making very, very impressive gains. So if you want to jump in, one of my favorite things about VIP is just the fact that so many people join us and they break really, really nice gains. They make £4,000 profits, you know, already recovering 25% of everything this person lost before he joined VIP inside of his first week of joining, but he's doing it safely. And, you know, this is happening at all levels of the spectrum. People who join as, you know, people who are already millionaires, people who already have 6 figures in the market, people who only have a couple thousand or a couple hundred even in the market. It's all a spectrum, and my favorite thing about it is that these people join the group and they trade in very healthy ways. Look at this guy preaching some really, really amazing lessons. They trade in healthy ways, they trade in safe ways, they make what they perceive to be guaranteed profits instead of risky profits, but they don't sacrifice the numbers. You know, not only are they trading in safe ways, not only are they protecting themselves from things going wrong, they're still making big money. They're still pulling big percentages and doing very, very well. So there's a lot going on inside of the group. I was just talking to a member who mentioned that she was making some decisions, some mistakes about over-analyzing, over-trading and things like that. And these are exactly the kind of things that we tackle, where, you know, you might have a position that ends up doing very badly, and so the next time you have an idea and, you know, you don't fully commit to it, but if you did, you would have made a lot of profits. You start feeling like shit about it. These are very, very typical problems that people will have before joining into the group, and we have a lot of content on that kind of thing inside of the FORFLIES VIP group, inside of the FORFLIES Academy as well, which we have exclusive information for you on if you want to gain access to it alongside your VIP membership. There's a lot going on, and the steps to join are on screen right here. So obviously a very, very exciting time to be VIP. We're improving it every single day. We've just hired our new staff member. She's in-house. It's super exciting. She's absolutely great, and we're looking at hiring. I'm about to have a phone call with somebody else. I wouldn't say hiring, but we're looking at bringing someone new onto the team. Again, already, we just hired somebody, actually this month we signed with her, and about 5 days later, we're looking at hiring another person. So we keep on growing, we keep on adding new elements to the business. I'm really, really excited about it. It's become one of my passion projects, and I've been doing it for years, but it's really much more exciting now than it's ever been before. And if you want to get in on some of that action, then the steps to join VIP are on screen right now. But let's take it back to Bitcoin for a minute and your questions, and we'll see what's up. Actually, I'll leave this on for just another minute while I go through your questions. I feel Bitcoin will be used as the new gold, maybe not currency. I agree with you, bro. I don't think it's going to be a currency, but I think that it absolutely could turn into something that's used as a store of wealth, as a transfer of wealth. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think it's very, very how do I say, sensible to say those kind of things. I definitely agree. Adrian, I never thought Binance would be down, just happened to me at 42k. There you go, bro. I mean, it'll happen to the best of exchanges. Binance is the biggest exchange in crypto, if I'm not mistaken, and it still goes down. This happens to every exchange, including Phemex. But the reason I'm telling you about this is that if you don't already have an account with Phemex, then you need backups. You don't have to use Phemex, but there's a link in the description for you to use it, where you get some free money to play with as well. It's one of the exchanges that I use as my main exchanges as well. And it's just that even if you already have your own exchange, you need backups to protect you from issues like what you just experienced with Binance. Even the best exchanges will go down. Even this one will go down as well. Although, like I said, I was on the phone with them just today about how they're scaling and handling demand and things like that. They're doing it very, very well. And you know, you are doing a disservice to yourself if you don't have backups lined up in case things go wrong. I think that's super, super important. So the link to sign up to Phemex is in the description down below, where you can get some free money to trade with as well. And like I said, one of the best things about using an exchange like this is that if you ever have a problem, you can come straight to me. You can follow these steps on screen to message me directly, and I can escalate your problem to the team that I have contact with, and we can shortcut your way to resolving that issue. Hopefully you will never need that, but by knowing you can do it, it's obviously a great level of reassurance. So Phemex, with the link in the description, is one of the places I trade at, and if you want to watch my tutorial on it, you can find it by typing this into YouTube in a new tab. Wow, that's non-stop talking for 73 minutes, and now my throat hurts. One of my high school bros reached out on Telegram. I can't respond to you right now, man, because I'm in the live stream, but I'll hit you back as soon as we're done. Hope you're doing well. Can USA citizens trade on Phemex? No. You can't trade on anything, actually, and that's because of your government. I know that a lot of US people use VPNs, and they never have issues. These guys don't even ask for KYC, so it's up to you if you want to do that. I've never heard of someone having an issue if they use a VPN. However, it's your own risk. If you are in the US, places like Canada or whatever, you will need a VPN to connect to these exchanges. I don't know about Phemex. Phemex might still let you do it, but don't risk it. It's not worth it. If you are going to connect to it and you're in a territory where your government says you can't do it, a VPN is the way to go, just for your own, safeguarding. But again, I can't recommend that. I gotta make that really, really clear. Tone Vase say we're going down to 1k. Nah, he's not. I don't know if you... I think you're making fun out of him. Nah, he thinks we're going to 50k as well. I think everyone does. It's pretty obvious. FORFLIES, why would you trade 10 times leverage with 1% of your money instead of no leverage with 10 times your money? Good question. So this person is asking, instead of applying leverage, why don't I just trade with more money and then I stand to make the same gains? And the reason that I don't do that is because if, let's say, you place your stop loss at a minus 10% loss and your stop loss doesn't trigger until minus 50%, if you've traded with more of your own money, you're going to lose a lot of your money. And that means if the exchange, and this has happened to me very recently, this happened with me this happened to me with my most recent Ethereum trade. And so if you have an issue with, and that was on Bybit, by the way, it was not on Phemex. If you have an issue like that and the exchange fucks up and your stop loss doesn't get triggered until very late, and you're trading with 10% of your portfolio, you have a big risk there to lose a lot of money. However, if you trade with much less money, your risk of something like that happening is way lower. I'm sorry, your risk of it happening is the same, but it will hit you a lot softer because you're just not going to lose that much. It's better to lose 50% of 1% of your money than it is to lose 50% of 10% of your money. That's one of the reasons to trade on leverage. I think another part is it's also exciting, although that's less important, but if it's exciting, that's cool. It's one of the things that keeps me coming back. Surabh Sharma, thank you very much for subscribing. I appreciate the love. Thank you all for tuning in today. We're at 1,100 viewers. Let's shoot up those likes if we haven't already. It's been a great live stream already. We're already at the nearly 80-minute mark on this live stream, so thank you all for tuning in. Got the beautiful Burj Khalifa. Actually, you can't really see it, but the Burj Khalifa behind me. Here in Dubai in our new headquarters. It's our third office. I'm so excited about it. So happy and proud of what the team and I have achieved since we started up. Our third office, the first one international. Very, very cool. How do I trade on Bybit? Long term or short term? I always trade short term. I don't have any price predictions for Civic or UTK. Absolutely don't care. Should I buy Bitcoin or Ethereum as it has become cheap relatively? You're asking me for advice, bro. I couldn't say. Randy Fox, did you just say you became a millionaire today? If you did, congratulations, brother. Nice. Congratulations. FORFLIES, could you do a sample computation for a break-even stop loss at 10x leverage? Well, break-even stop loss is just you put your stop loss at the level that you entered at. See what other questions we have in the comments. I'm going to be taking all of your questions in today's live stream as usual. I'm going to do my absolute best to not miss any of them. I don't think I miss many of them often. You can correct me on that. Do I have any thoughts on Ripple? Nope. No thoughts on Ripple. Never care. FORFLIES, I'm in the US and use Phemex without VPN. Okay. So Phemex allows you to. Okay. I wouldn't recommend it though. If you're gonna do it, use protection. It's just not, because you're playing with your own money. How would I place 500 euro to get into the market now besides Ethereum or Bitcoin? I wouldn't really do anything besides Ethereum or Bitcoin. The only other coin that I hold is CHSB, Swissborg, which we were supposed to make the video with them today, but these guys were really busy. It's gonna happen sometime this week, though. I'm sure. I'm going to them to record some stuff as well. We're gonna be in my Ferrari, so that's gonna be pretty cool. Broadly speaking, though, to answer your question about 500 euros, it doesn't matter if you had 500 euros or 500. It doesn't matter if I had 500 euros or 500,000 euros or 5 million or 5,000. My strategy wouldn't be different. I suppose it would. If I had less money, I would be a little bit more aggressive. But the only thing I'd do is throw my money into margin trading. I would learn to trade very safely. I would spend a lot of time educating myself, and that's why inside of VIP we will give you access to our courses as well, depending on which membership you take. They're very, very comprehensive, and I would spend a lot of time on self-education first, and then start trading. And I would trade on margin because, you know, when you start out with low balances, you want to turn nothing into something. You want to make something out of nothing, and that means you need to be more aggressive than the guy who inherited 5 million from his dad and his only job in life is to party and do cocaine and get 10% interest on his money every year. You know, it's you and I were playing a different game for starting out with small amounts of money, and that takes aggression. You know, in my experience, that takes margin trading. Should I put my savings into ETH now, or should I wait for a dip? A lot of you guys asking me for financial advice. Guys, I will never give you financial advice. It's just not my place. It'll make me feel nervous. I will give you my thoughts on the market. I will give you my analysis. You should listen to it. You should listen to 10 other people, as many people as you need to listen to, and then make your own informed decisions. I try and be neutral with you as much as possible, but of course, being biased is also important because that's the only way you make money in the markets. Jan, thank you very much for subscribing today. Thank you for tuning in and hitting that subscribe button. I really appreciate that. We are up to 600 viewers today. Sorry, 600 likes. So that's awesome. See if we can hit 1,000. I think that's also doable during this live stream. What other questions do we have today? I love your analysis and simple breakdown of the market. Bro, will you get a new jacket now we're at the all-time high? Am I wearing a jacket today? No, I'm not. It's just so hot. Dubai is getting hotter again. So I'm not going to buy a new jacket. No, I've got enough. I don't need new jackets. I think I'm okay for now. How do I feel about eToro? I like that it's functional. eToro is functional. It'll get the job done. It's not a serious place to be. So if you become serious about trading, you should get on a real exchange. But it's good to start. FORFLIES, on the leverage question, does that mean that the exchange will accept loss because it was their mistake, the stop loss wasn't triggered? Nope. Nope. When you sign up, there will be something in the terms and condition that says even if they screw up, it's still your fault, it's still your responsibility, kind of thing. So no, an exchange will never accept responsibility for that kind of thing, unfortunately. And why would they? It's just, you know, the market doesn't demand that they do that, so they wouldn't. Ethereum looking to break upwards. Let's see. I mean, you know, right now is a time where I might start looking at the smaller time frames, and it's formed, you know, kind of like an ascending triangle here. It keeps on trying to break this high. This is the same thing I demonstrated to you guys about 20 minutes ago inside of this live stream, where I said that people were very aggressively selling Bitcoin and then triggering some panic in the market. And as soon as that stops, as soon as this price suppression stops, the thing could go flying. And so, you know, on the 5-minute time frame, for example, I wouldn't even mind entering a long position kind of like above this wick or whatever. I don't know. There's a lot of opportunities here that I'm seeing, but I've already informed VIPs about exactly what my plans are in this market, and I won't talk about it until it enters because, of course, that's the beauty of being in VIP. You can see exactly what I'm doing in real time. I'll tell you what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, all the decision making that goes behind that. I see all of your questions in VIP, by the way. A lot of you guys have reached out. We've been growing like crazy. It's been absolutely amazing. So shout out to those of you who already took the leap, who are already benefiting from it in this very, very fun market. My assistant will get back to you if you want the information on that very, very soon. But yeah, Ethereum definitely looks like it could be breaking up quite soon. And it would make sense. Bitcoin's been kind of sideways for a bit, so I think Ethereum, actually, let's compare it. I'm pretty sure Bitcoin right now. Yeah, perfect. Exactly as predicted. You know, it set this low. I mean, this is the 1-minute time frame, but on a very short-term time frame, Ethereum is gaining strength against Bitcoin. It could just be temporary, and it could take another leg down. You know, I don't really know. What else have we got here in the comments today? Am I from Dubai? No, sir. I am from London. Born and raised in London and moved to Dubai last year. What do I think the next potential entry for Bitcoin and Ethereum long trade? Couldn't say. I don't know about Bitcoin. I'm already in a position on Bitcoin. It's already in a profit, not a big profit. My average entry is somewhere around here. So 2.5% up times 5 times leverage. What is that? 2.5 times 5. Why is my math so bad? 25. I think that's about 12% profit, so it's nothing big. Thanks for the pineapple advice. I'll take pineapple advice. You can call it pineapple advice. But yeah, I'm already in a long position on Bitcoin. Ethereum, I've already got a plan, but like I said, I won't be sharing that publicly because the details of it are already in VIP. If I only have 100 to invest in crypto, where would it? I mean, same thing. You know, my strategy wouldn't really change depending on how much money I have. I would go straight into, because what I do is margin trading. I don't think anything else is worth doing. Guys, can anyone else say if the stream is lagging? Because I just got a comment reporting that and might be taking a bit of a hit on the connection side as well. So please let me know if you're getting a good connection on this live stream today. Cheers from Canada. Thank you very much for tuning in today from Canada. Which part? How much did I make on crypto first year? Quite a bit, but it was mixed because I had a lot of different things. There is lag. Oh god, okay. My face cam is lagging. I should probably turn it off then. Here, I'm gonna turn it off for a little bit. It is lagging. Fuck. Okay. Damn, okay. Quite a bit of lag. Everyone's reporting that. So, hopefully we'll be fine now. Yeah, YouTube keeps on sending me warnings that the Wi-Fi, I'm sorry, the wired connection is not good today. But yeah, I'll just turn off my face cam for a little bit and we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna go through some more of your questions. The other thing that I want to talk about is how Ethereum might gain strength against Bitcoin, and like I said, I think a big part of that is, you know, Bitcoin potentially trading up to a level like $50,000, and once it gets somewhere there, it ends up, you know, just absolutely getting rejected or trading sideways or something, doing something that's a little bit more boring, kind of like what we're in right now. And we can see very clearly, you know, as soon as Bitcoin does something that's boring, Ethereum starts gaining strength against Bitcoin, and that's exactly what I showed you just like 2-3 minutes ago. So you know, no surprise that Ethereum's starting to gain a little bit of strength against Bitcoin, and if it continues, then I think it could really fly up and have its next turn to set all-time highs as well, which would obviously be very exciting. Do I think the MRI is a good indicator? Let me see. I don't think I've ever used it. No, I don't. I think I will get access to it soon because I bought Tonvei's indicator, but you know, I don't use indicators much anyway. You know, like that's my default. My default is not really using indicators because I don't think that I don't think that I think that regular analysis with horizontal lines and stuff like that is much more reliable. Rise says that it's not going to 50k LMFAO. Rise is very sure that we're not going to 50k. And you know what? We might not, bro. But the thing is, we're so close to it right now. We're so close. And, you know, we're only 13% away. And today, Bitcoin has already risen up by 30. Bitcoin only needs to do what it did today again. And, oh, wow. Things are bad with the connection. Hang on. Alright, I think we're back now. Let me know if we're back. If we are back, drop your country in the comment section, because I'm curious where we all are from today. We've got 650 likes. Let's see if we can smash it up to 700 for these to make these connectivity issues go away. I think we're fine now. Are we all good? The Netherlands, there we go. Okay, now I know it's working. A guy called CA from Netherlands, nice. Would I recommend? I don't make recommendations. I wouldn't put any profits anywhere else right now. I'm pretty happy with where they are. I like it. We've got Belgium, got Cali. Nice. Yeah, got a question about the next move that I think Bitcoin will make. I think it's pretty clear. We exceeded the all-time high. We're up by a good few percentage points, so we know that it's not a fake out. We've been above the all-time high for quite a while, so I think that also makes it less likely that we're going to fake out and then dump very low. And that means if we're not going to dump low, then the only other option is go sideways or go up. And we've also had the back test. We also came back down to test the previous all-time high, and then we rose back up again. So I do definitely think that, you know, the only, you know, technically speaking, with psychology, all that other stuff, I don't see any other possibility for Bitcoin other than it's shooting up again. I think it's really, really likely right now. On a technical level, you know, we've exceeded the all-time high. We've come out of a very long-term, it's only been 30 days, but we've come out of a 30-day kind of continuation pattern. Everything on this chart right now is telling me that Bitcoin has the potential to take many more legs up. At least one more leg up, you know, which might take it to like 50k. You've got Thailand, Ontario, Sweden, Philippines. Is that what you call Philippines? Filipino people? Pineapples? Is that what you meant? Got London here. You're not supposed to be here. Ah. FCA says no. Cunts. Absolute cunts. I don't think there's a single institution on the planet that I hate more than the UK government. I mean, they get some stuff right, to be fair. At least the NHS is still free, but I think that's impressive considering how fucked up they are. We got 66k subs yet? Let's see. I'm your first subscription in 10 years of using YouTube. Wow, thank you, Kesser. Thank you very much. Did I say it properly, Kesser? Kaiser? I don't know how you say it. Thank you very much. First subscription in 10 years. I've always wondered if anyone's ever done that for me. Here we go. We have hit it. Yes, we're at 66,000. There we go. Another little party. Big moves. Thank you all very much. Phil from Somerset. Yeah, thank you for subscribing. That's so cool. First in 10 years. You know, the thing about subscribing is if you watch channels a lot, then you don't necessarily need to subscribe to them and you'll still get recommended their content. However, when it's very time-sensitive content like this, when it's a live stream and you want to get the notification to your phone because you've ticked the bell, different things like that, nothing will guarantee that you get the notification other than being in our Telegram group, because YouTube itself is shit at delivering notifications. Nothing will guarantee it. However, oh wow, a lot of messages about VIP. However, if you do subscribe, if you do tick the bell, it makes your chances of getting notified a lot higher. The only way you can absolutely make sure that you hear these things is by getting in the Telegram channel, but by subscribing you do still make it more likely, you know, and this applies not just to me but to any YouTuber you want to miss, you know, like you don't want to miss content from. You know, like when you watch a YouTuber and you decide, yeah, I don't want to miss this guy's next video, this girl's next video, the content's really, really good, I want to see every single video. That's obviously where, you know, subscribing is good, or getting on their Twitter or whatever so that you don't miss their updates. Singapore says hello. Hello back to Singapore. I've never been there yet, believe it or not. Really want to go. China? Does China even allow YouTube? I mean, I guess you're using a VPN. You can still trade leverage in the UK. Yeah, I suppose you can. The UK is trying to ban it, but I mean, the consumer can still use it if they want to. Got Portugal, Welsh Valleys, France, Texas, Vancouver, Russia, nice. A lot of Russians in Dubai. France was fun on the road trip last year. Just got here. What's the play on Bitcoin? Hold for 50k? Yes, Joe, I think we're going to go to 50k, but please rewind the live stream. Learn not to say Bristol to you anymore, even though it's the closest city to me. Yeah, Bristol's a place I've only ever ended up by accident. Hello from Copenhagen. I really want to go to Copenhagen. I was planning to go there last month, but then I had to leave the UK earlier last year, so I ended up in Dubai instead of, because I wanted to do the road trip from London up to the north of Norway to see the Northern Lights. Scotland here, yeah, you can see the Northern Lights from Scotland as well, but I wanted to go to Norway for the novelty. Let me see if I can turn my webcam back on. Hopefully we're not going to have any connectivity issues now. Oh, Peru in the chat as well, nice one. Guys, if you've got any more questions, please drop them in the comments. I think we are approaching the time for me to end this live stream. However, I will probably do more of this. I don't think I'd live stream again today, but I might. I don't know. If Bitcoin does something interesting, I probably will live stream again today. But if not, it'll be tomorrow. This channel is still shadow banned, unfortunately. We're still not getting the same viewership we were getting before. It's actually about half of what we were getting before right now. So YouTube isn't treating us very nicely on this channel. Maybe it's because I disrespected them by talking bad things about socialism. However, you can help us fix that by hitting the like button and subscribing and things like that. I don't see any short possibilities for Ethereum. Someone just asked me, do I see a short opportunity for Ethereum? I think going short on this market right now is bloody crazy. Bitcoin just set a new all-time high, and I think Ethereum's going to follow. I haven't, you know, it's been very rare that I've looked at short positions in this market just because it's so dangerous. Luke, yes, adding margin when your position drops is a way to reduce the liquidation price, although it's super dangerous, so you probably just shouldn't trade with so much leverage, to be honest. Using Coinbase, but not a fan of the horrific fees. Yes, they are very, very, very high. Any suggestions on who to use? Instead of Coinbase, I don't know. I've got my own connections to buy Bitcoin, and they're the only ones I ever use, so I couldn't really comment on that. I really hope Ethereum breaks out right now above the previous all-time high. This is exciting. Yeah, Binance instead of Coinbase. Kevin said it in the comments. I'm sure Binance is better. There's a lot of options out there. You know, you can just, again, like I always say, just Google buy Bitcoin and then your country, put it in Google. Swissborg, yeah, Swissborg's a good place to buy Bitcoin as well. There is an app you can download on your Android or iOS phone. You can find the link to it in the description. You know, there's a lot of different options. Kraken, good, nice one. I didn't know you can buy Bitcoin for the first time on Kraken, but that's good. I don't have any thoughts on New Cipher to the person who asked me about it. Binance fees are low. I don't promote Binance, but fees are low. Yeah, well, Binance does have good fees. Any of these more mainstream exchanges, they have much lower fees than Coinbase. You know, it's just that Coinbase is the first gate of entry for a lot of crypto people, and that means they just they charge obscene prices because of that. Phil thinks that we're gonna reach $47,000 and then drop and then consolidate, and I think that makes a lot of sense because you know, like I said, as we keep getting closer and closer to $50,000, if we get there, you know, people are gonna be smart and thinking, you know, I think that a lot of people will sell at 50,000. I'm sorry, these connectivity issues are taking the fucking piss now. I should end the live stream pretty soon, I think, but you know, a lot of people I think would start thinking that, yeah, a lot of people will start selling at $50,000, so I want to be ahead of them. I want to sell at 49.2, and then, you know, the next guy will think, well, someone's going to try and sell at 49.2, so I'm going to sell at 48.7, and that just keeps on going down to potentially $47,000, you know, and that's where we might get a big sell. Might trigger a bunch of panic. You know, there's a lot that can happen, but you know, one of the best things that can happen in this market right now, in my opinion, is that we do end up pumping up to a level like 50k, 48, doesn't really matter, and then we end up dipping down to this green box, finding support here and bouncing back off, because this is the previous all-time high range, and I think that makes a lot of sense. If we can do that, I'd be very excited. I think that would be such a beautiful trade as well, so I think there's a lot of potential for exciting moves in the market if that kind of thing happens, and I'll definitely be keeping an eye on the possibilities over there. We might not even get that drop, but if we do, I think it would be very healthy. Someone's mentioning Binance is down at the moment. Yeah, someone else. Damn, even this fucking YouTube stream is down. Someone else mentioned as well that Binance is down right now. Obviously, Binance is one of the biggest exchanges, so what I'm saying is if you don't already have backups, then Phemex is a good one. This is an alternative to Binance that I actually personally hate Binance. I've had some personal issues with them. I'm not going to talk about them too much. Everyone always asks me, but I don't want to get into it. But instead of Binance, I do like to use Phemex. There are a few others I use as well, and the links to them are in the description. But Phemex is one of the main ones for me, and if you want to join these guys, as soon as you deposit some money, you'll also get a little bit of money free to play with, and you can use that to click around on the buttons or just to trade with for a little bit of fun. If you want to watch my tutorial on Phemex, then this is where you can find it, and the link to join them is in the description, so you can follow those steps. I did forget to analyze Cardano. Thank you, Nick, for reminding me. Let's take a look at Cardano really quickly. So I was mentioning how it's cleared a lot of its resistance now, and I think it can go up to this red line. So we've gotten pretty close. Oops, what have I done? We've gotten pretty close to this first red line that I drew as resistance. You know, just yesterday we were around over here, and we've already pumped up by about 20% and then back down. Not too far left for Cardano to hit this resistance area. However, just on this trend right now, so it's pretty much in a sideways trading range from what I'm seeing right now. We formed a lot of these, like a lot, and they've been very good for the trend. You know, the price would pump up, then it would trade sideways, then it would pump up again, pump up quite a bit actually, and then broadly speaking trend sideways. There are some exceptions, but you know, pretty much just trading sideways, pump up again, and now just sideways again. What I really like about this, and by the way, so that forms, you know, like a beautiful staircase pattern that looks a little bit like this, right? So that's exactly what we have in Cardano right now, hopefully, you know, and then potentially another leg up. So very, very typical staircase pattern, very, very nice, very healthy, very safe. What I like even more about this though is that Cardano already actually came down to the previous area of support and tested it again. So Cardano has now had a back test, and it's come down quite low compared to this range of support, you know. So you know, just dropping down to this area is minus 12%, but Cardano from the high to low actually dropped by 23% and now recovered most of it. So if we are able to hold this level, and you will find out the answer to this very quickly, very shortly after this live stream, if we are able to hold this level and we get a bounce, I would be very excited. I think this is a pretty healthy bounce zone for Cardano right now. If it does dip, then I think it's going to go down to the next area of support, which is going to be around 1385, right now at 1565. If it does bounce from here, I think it can go all the way up to 1800 Satoshis and then potentially top out over there. And then just enough of that sideways trading action will hopefully make it pump higher. If we do fall below this red line, I think it's going to drop by a lot. This pink line, I'm sorry. I think it'll drop down by a lot. And I think it'll potentially, yeah, I mean, like 1350 Satoshi, something like that. Yeah, Fatima, Phemex is a sponsor, so they, but they're not a sponsor, but we work with each other. I get a referral commission, so it helps the channel as well, definitely. Yeah, coming down to potentially like 1100, 1200 Satoshis as well. I think there's a lot of potential for that kind of thing. Bitcoin is moving again. No, not really. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing with Cardano. If we have any final questions, I'm not going to look at Doge. Fuck me, I am not looking at Doge. Please have some self-respect. This is a serious channel, you know, like we're not here to jack off to oh my god, plus 20%, oh my god, Doge, Elon Musk tweeting about Doge. No, this is not this channel. A lot of you guys want me to look at Doge for some reason, especially over these past weeks, you know, like this is not, you know, go to some shit poster that just hypes you up if you want Doge analysis. It's a joke, and you know Doge is a joke. We all know that. So the only reason I would look at Doge is to analyze psychology. First of all, to say everyone who bought Doge is a fucking idiot, but more importantly, to analyze it and look at where where psychology where Doge has some lessons to teach us about the psychology of markets. But almost as a point of self-respect, I will not answer those queries. I see, by the way, right now my assistant is responding to all of your inquiries about VIP. So if you want to find out what's going on with the group, if you're new to the game and you care as much about self-education as I do, then we've got content on that as well. Just ask us about what we've got. Ask us about the courses we offer when you follow these steps on screen. Everything is at the lowest prices they've ever been before. So in Bitcoin. So make sure you reach out while they are low like this. Hi, just joined your live stream and subscribed. Thank you very much. Can you tell me what indicators I use? Not really. I don't really use indicators, to be honest. Let's go back onto the Bitcoin chart. The main indicators that I use are, well, so the main analysis that I do, and you've noticed this now if you've watched for anything longer than a couple of minutes, is I use sideways boxes, I use horizontal boxes, I use horizontal support resistance lines, red lines, green lines, whatever, it doesn't really matter what the color is, and I use these boxes. And so the bulk of my analysis is I just want to identify where are these resistance areas, and do we come back down to test them as support, which we did today, which is one of the reasons I'm so happy today. You know, finding resistance at these areas. These boxes are very, very reliable. You know, I said that if we get rejected here, we'll probably fall down to this box, and then I think we'll break the resistance on the next box. You guys heard this just, it wasn't yesterday actually, I didn't make a video yesterday, just 2 days ago, you know. So the bulk of my analysis, I do not use indicators because I don't think they're necessary. However, there are some exceptions, and really the exceptions just come in when I've already done some analysis and I'm very sure about what I think, and now I want some final confidence boosters. I want something to just give me that extra nudge to tell me that my analysis is correct. And for that, I will use the Ichimoku cloud right here on screen, loading up. Beautiful support off the Ichimoku cloud. I will see if we fall into the cloud and get a bounce, what's going to happen. This looks like a very complicated indicator, so I've made a tutorial on the Ichimoku cloud, which you can find by typing this into YouTube. So, Sai, if you don't know what this cloud is, what this indicator is, any of you guys who are new to the channel, if you haven't really seen me using this very much, then please type this into YouTube, open a new tab, watch my video on the Ichimoku cloud. You're going to love it. It's a very comprehensive video, and it's part of the FORFLIES Academy. So in the FORFLIES Academy course that I've been mentioning to you guys a couple of times, which you can, you know, find out how to join by following these steps on screen. With that academy, I teach you all about all the tools I use, where I use them, how I use them, my best practices, the psychology of being a trader, very advanced theories as well if you take the advanced course. Literally everything I know. The goal was to upload everything in my brain into the cloud and that you download it into yours, and that includes tutorials on the Ichimoku cloud, the different indicators I use. So this is number one. I only really use 2 indicators. There are exceptions. I also have, you know, VPVR, Bollinger Bands, which I actually never use. It shouldn't even be there. EMAs and stuff like that. There are exceptions, but these are the main ones that you see. These others, I use them maybe, you know, like once a quarter, once every 3 months. It's very rare that I use these other indicators. And the other main one I use is the exponential moving average ribbon. And this you actually can't get access to unless you have a paid plan on TradingView. However, I've gone ahead and made it accessible to you anyway. If you just type in FORFLIES, you will find FORFLIES MA exponential ribbon. And you can gain access to this indicator, which is a momentum-based indicator, also very, very reliable. Look at this beautiful big bounce we got off the 4-hour EMA ribbon. Anything on the daily? Yeah, big bounce on the daily now that we can see on a macro time frame. And I think that, yeah, that definitely makes things quite healthy for Bitcoin. If you also don't know what these indicators are, then I have a tutorial on this too. And these are the free ones. So there's a lot more inside of our courses, inside of VIP, but this will get you a taste of what's going on, and they're great tutorials anyway. So even if you don't want to join our paid stuff, you still should watch these videos. They're free. Just open a new tab, type this into YouTube, and you'll be able to gain access to those videos. Those are the only 2 indicators I use. But as you've seen now, most of my analysis is done without indicators because I just don't need them. They're just not important. This analysis is super simple. We just do it really well. Is now a good or a bad time to buy Bitcoin? I mean, now's a terrible time to buy Bitcoin, to be honest, because the best time to buy Bitcoin is when it was at $3,000 for like 3 months. Yeah, you know, like, I don't know, bro. You should go ask somebody else. Other people will tell you it's the best time to buy Bitcoin. I think it's going to go up, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a good time to buy. I think it's going to go up a lot, but, you know, as a novice, look, like I said, I get defensive, I get scared because I've been a novice and I've lost a shitload of money and I've made a lot of easily avoidable mistakes. One of the first things I'll tell you when you join VIP is that there is an easy way to learn your lessons and a hard way to learn your lessons. And believe me, you're going to learn a lot of hard lessons. So try and make as many of them easy as possible so that you don't spend unnecessary time and money learning hard lessons where they could have been easy. Any of you who are above the age of 20 or 30 will know exactly what I'm talking about in life. There are a lot of lessons you're going to learn as a young person, and you may as well learn as many of them in the easy way as possible because you can't avoid the hard lessons anyway. FORFLIES, do a lot of the YouTube influencers get paid for shilling? YouTube influencers do get paid for promoting exchanges, yes. Yeah, but for promoting anything, absolutely anything, yeah, we get paid. But that's not the only criteria. For me, it's so everyone and then Nan wants to pay me to promote their products right now, and that's the same for a lot of other companies. But you've noticed that I don't really talk about many things. I talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum. Obviously, no one's paying me for that. Talk about Swissborg. Yes, I am working with them, and I love them, and I hold a lot of their tokens that I bought myself. And Phemex, Bybit, I don't even work with them anymore, and PrimeXBT. You know, so it's a very small, you know, compared to like 10 emails a day, 10 messages a day asking me to promote something, it's a very small number of people that I work with. So first and foremost, it is if I like them, and then is there a cherry on top? So I like Bitcoin, but there's no cherry. I'm not getting paid to talk about Bitcoin. I like Phemex, and there is that cherry on top because they're paying me. And actually, that's how a lot of YouTubers do it. The biggest ones, the bigger ones, you know, any YouTuber above like 40k subscribers, whatever, they are usually, they've learned that they need to be very genuine. And there are a few exceptions. Most YouTubers get this right. So if someone's talking about something, it's not just because they're getting paid, it's usually that they like it as well. How do I get earnings on Phemex to play with FORFLIES? I just finished signing up. So Fatima, if you've signed up with the FORFLIES link in the description, you should just have it straight away. As soon as you deposit your Bitcoin, depending on how much Bitcoin you deposit, they will give you some money free of charge to trade with. New sub, you're doing great, making lifestyle changes and money and investments in serious business. Proud you're taking it seriously. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, it's super serious for me. Like I said, this is now our third office, first one international in a different continent too. Big steps. We just hired somebody about 5 days ago, something like that, and we're already going to be bringing someone new onto the team as well. So I'm going to have a call with this person right after this live stream if he has some time. Very, very excited for it. We keep on expanding. We're super serious. We've been around. This group, by the way, FORFLIES Gold, VIP, whatever, it's been around in some form or another for about 3 years and 9 months now. Something like that. 3 years and 10 months. Nearly 4 years we've been around in some form or another. So I've been around for a bloody long time. And we're not going anywhere. Definitely been around for a long time and not going anywhere. Alright, guys, I'm going to take some final questions and then head off. Because my voice hurts now. Hope you've all enjoyed this. Please smash up those likes if you haven't already by now. It really helps the channel, and the channel is suffering a little bit. YouTube is not promoting the channel as it used to. Subscribers of this channel are regularly not hearing about the videos that we publish on this channel, and I think that's because there's a lot of scammers in the comments and things like that. So hitting like on this video, subscribing if you haven't already, these are small ways that would really, really help us, and that's very, very helpful. So if you can, I really, really appreciate it. Keep up the great work. Love your analysis. You don't overcomplicate things. Thank you, Joseph. Yeah, it's not my intention. Some people try to, and it's good for business if they do, I suppose. But real TA, and you see this all the time. People who meet me and then they find out I'm traders later on, that I'm a trader later on, they get very shocked because I'm super relaxed. You know, like a lot of trading, in my opinion, is just about you do some analysis and you do it really, really well so that you can trust your judgment when things get difficult, and then you just back off and you wait until that analysis is either proven correct or incorrect, and that could take days, it could take hours, but during those days or hours there is nothing to do. And that's why you see that a lot of the best traders, they don't actually spend a lot of time trading. Very little. You know, very, very little. On average, I've calculated it. It's less than 120 seconds that I spend on this per day, minus the YouTube videos. Because I'm a YouTuber, obviously, it becomes like 2 hours a day. But if I wasn't doing it, you know, and I didn't have to present this stuff to you, there would be no reason for me to to watch this stuff, because the analysis is already done. I just need to update it when the market moves. I need to change it. I need to reevaluate it only when the market moves. And so that means most of the time there's nothing to do. And that's what real trading looks like. Real trading does not look like sitting in front of 6 fucking monitors and posting it on Instagram with your fucking orange Lamborghini and acting like you're a big shot. That's not trading. That's flexing. That's bullshit. You know, like real trading is, you've got a plan, you set it out, you develop it, you refine it, and then you just wait until the market moves, and then you rinse, repeat. The market moves, all right, update the plan. Market moves, update the plan. You know, and so like that's what real trading looks like, and a lot of people just don't get that, unfortunately. This question about leverage, 50% of 1%, 50% of 10%. Can you PM me so I can give you, so I can sit down with these numbers? I've now done 2 hours on a live stream, so it's kind of exhausting. PM me and I'll let you know. Maybe I was wrong about it. How do I get the guy on the screen to stop talking about Bitcoin and get into some real Doge analysis? I love it. You guys love to wind me up, but I still love you all. Hey FORFLIES, I did a big mistake today. I got hit by pump, still not liquidated, but should I just lose it, or is there a chance for a drop? Fuck me, Thomas. Stop gambling. I don't know what to do now. Whether you lose the money or not, stop fucking gambling. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna drop, bro. I mean, the lowest I think we'll drop to is 42k, if we do. I don't know if we will. You know, rewind the live stream, you'll hear how much I think we're going up. I don't know, man. You know, I've been in your shoes before, so I don't mean to be like super rude to you or anything, but 100%, it's a bad position to be in, and it's happening because of bad decision making. Look, we're pumping up right now, you know, so you've got to be able to protect yourself from that. You look 18, but I think you could be 28. You have a great view out there too. What city? This is Dubai. That's the Burj Khalifa behind me, tallest building in the world. I look 18, but you think I could be 28. I'm actually 19, so very, very close prediction there. Very professional and steady-minded. Thank you very much. What website can I check if my country supports Binance? I'm from Portugal. I'm pretty sure Portugal is okay for Binance, bro. I think you'll be okay. I'm 99.9% sure you can use it. Could ETH create a double top? It absolutely could, which would be bearish. Somebody's asking me, could ETH do, when it loads, could ETH do this and then trade down? Yeah, it could happen, but I mean, I don't think Bitcoin is going to drop, so I don't think ETH would either. However, yeah, I mean, it could. I really couldn't say. Gold is the best way to know if videos come online. Yeah, absolutely, because like I said, YouTube is not delivering notifications anymore properly. You know, I think only like 20% of people who should be getting them are getting them. And that means just subscribing isn't actually enough. You should do it too, because it increases your odds, but the best thing to do is join our Telegram channel, because over there you're guaranteed to get the notification. And then from there, if you want to find out about what's going on in VIP, just click on these other 2 buttons. Otherwise, just click on the first red button, the first red box here, first link in the description below, and that will take you to our Telegram channel. You can just stop there. If you want to find out about VIP and everything, then you click on these 2 buttons as well. Very, very easy. Toxic, I've been learning from you since the bottom in 2019. That's amazing, man. Which bottom? You talking about 3K? Because we've been making videos on this stuff for a long time, haven't we? 3K, yeah. 2019 bottom. Is that what you're talking? I think it is, yeah. That's amazing, bro. So thank you for joining me since back then, and thank you for sticking around. Not many of you guys stuck around. A lot of people quit. So you're a strong person for sticking around that long, and that's cool. I'm sure you've made a lot of money. I'm sure you've made a lot of money, bro. But yeah, ETH could create a double top. However, I don't think it's likely just at the moment. I think that would really surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me too much, I suppose, because Bitcoin is moving up with a lot of ferocity, and it has actually Bitcoin's pumps have actually affected Ethereum negatively. So yes, it could happen, but I don't think it would be terribly, you know, destructive for the market. Even, I've never heard of you before and YouTube showed me your video when I opened YouTube. Amazing, welcome. Welcome. The algorithm is working a little bit. The algorithm recommended you this video because I thought you would like it. So if you think it's correct, then please smash up the likes. We're at 800, aiming for 1,000. FORFLIES, how long does it take to do my analysis? So, Mike, at the beginning it will take me quite a bit of time. And by that, I mean, like, at this stage, it might only be like 2 minutes, but, you know, at the beginning it might have taken me hours or something. However, after that, because I just need to update it, seconds, literally just seconds. Did we breach? So, you know, like, okay, what happened today? Did we breach the all-time high? Yes or no? Okay, I can see that in 1 second. Where did we go to? We went to 45k. What are we doing now? Trading sideways or moving up. That's it. That's like 10 seconds. What else can I see with this market? There's no other analysis to do. So, and this is where, you know, like, if you do really start stepping into the smaller time frames and you overanalyze it, you would have flip-flopped between so much bullshit before, you know, the price ended up moving up, which I think was already likely to happen because we're in a bloody bull market. Like, what else is gonna happen? You know, like, its overall trend is higher. There's not much denying that. This is how you get gray hair, you know, by focusing on oh my god, the 1 minute time frame, you know, whatever. I will use it just to see, did we backtest important levels, yes or no? That's it. You know, like, there's not much else beyond that I'm particularly interested in. YouTube doesn't promote crypto at all, nothing to do with comment spam, in my honest opinion. I don't get crypto recommendations on my page from anyone, and I watch 50 channels, 60 channels. Yeah, it's hit and miss, because somebody else just said that they found the channel, they found this video on their homepage, and you just said that you don't. So it's very inconsistent, and that's one of the problems with it. Because if it's inconsistent, then you can't actually diagnose what the problem is, and if you can't diagnose it, you can't fix it. You might still be able to fix it, but it's not easy. Do I mess with Forex and other stocks or just crypto? Very rarely that I do Forex and other stocks. In fact, never Forex. Very rare that I do stocks. Mainly just crypto for me, because I find it to be the best place to trade, really. I understand the market very well, so I wouldn't want to hurt that. Just trying to make sure I don't miss any messages. As usual, I only really respond to messages that tag me at FORFLIES, because without that, I don't know if your question is if your comment is a question or not. Thomas, yeah, I know I'm super retarded. I just wanted your help. This is the person who said that he's in a bad position. To minimize loss. I'm already fine with losing. I just try to minimize, you know. Yeah, that makes sense. Look, damage control from here. When I was in your positions, because I've done that a lot, the final times when I made this mistake, I would just cut the loss no matter where. It doesn't matter, because I would know that I have to start sober and fresh the next day and do it safely the next day and never ever have that problem again. So whether you lose 65% or 85% or 61% wouldn't make a difference, because the real uptrend will start from tomorrow when you're sober and you're not feeling desperate anymore or whatever. Maybe even next week. Maybe you need a month break. Maybe you need a year break, you know. But whatever it takes to feel like shit, get it out of your system, and then trade with a stable, sensible mind, that's what's important. So the real question is, how do I not fuck it up again in the future, in my opinion? I'm a little bit late. Did we discuss Ethereum? Yes, sir, we did. Please rewind the live stream. Look at this. Look at this. Adam K. FORFLIES. Speaking about the Doge, last time I told you that I made my first $100. Yes, you did, and I gave you a nice shout out for it, I think. And now I lost it because of Doge. So I feel shame, and I should have listened to you, not the Elon tweet. I mean, you know, it's not that you should listen to me because I don't give any financial advice, but yeah, Elon Musk was promoting a shitcoin and whatever. It's nothing wrong with it. He has his own free will to do it, but a lot of people really listen to him on that bullshit, and I was calling it out. I was like, I love Elon Musk. I keep saying it as a joke. If I was gay, I would love him. You know, stuff like it's just as a joke. But the point is, I really, really like him. But he says stupid shit sometimes, and And you know, we need to be able to think independently. You know, so no surprise that you lost it, bro. I mean, it's Doge, you know, like it's a shit coin. It's dangerous. But, you know, the way you make money and keep it is by making it safely. This is the key thing that I keep on showing with VIP members. You know, they're making money safely over the long term, regaining their losses slowly, doing it while exercising very, very good risk management, taking risk off the table early, understanding that there's much further to go, and then actually making much more as well. Same guy, a couple weeks later, made the same profit again, almost recovered half of everything he lost before he joined VIP. These people are pulling these gains inside of VIP by exercising good risk management, trading in very safe ways, and they're still making big percentage amounts and dollar amounts, or in this case, pound amounts. Still making big money and big percentages and doing it safely. This is the beautiful place that you want to be. You want to be able to trade safely, still make big percentages, and still make big actual dollar amounts. And this person, you know, within a couple of weeks of joining VIP, has already paid off, you know, has already recovered, you know, about half of what he lost. So there's a lot of potential in these kind of situations to really change it up. This guy exercising good risk management here, closing his first long trade ever with a 52% profit. This person completely new, and it was a very small amount of money, but that's not important. Still trading with good risk management. So big profits, still trading safely. This is what we're all about. This is what we aim to make. Another guy over here getting a gut feeling now as he enters his trade. He's learned to recognize patterns, making half of his monthly salary in one day, and he doesn't feel like joining VIP was a bad decision. Obviously, it's a serious investment when you get in, but the fact that it is a serious investment and the fact that we have so much amazing content in there for you to go through means that you're going to take it seriously. And when you actually get in, you're going to make good use of it. And that's why so many people have been sending me messages like this recently. You can't see these numbers, but they're very, very impressive on the screenshot. And this person mentioning that thanks to the video ebook and everything I do, he's now improved his trading very, very much. And after making so many mistakes, he finds himself a lot more confident and calm now. Little to no anxiety. Completely game-changing trading habits happening inside of VIP, which you can find out about by following these steps on screen. FORFLIES, after Bitcoin does a sharp increase, it usually retraces back down. What do I think? Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential for Bitcoin to retrace back down after a sharp increase. It already did. It already did. Look at this. I mean, from high to low. Look at this on the 1 minute time frame. Again, just to prove a point. I mean, it already retraced within 10 minutes. It went down by 4%. So I think that's pretty big, right? 4%, $2,000. That's a pretty big deal. Yeah, hopefully we'll get bigger ones later on. Hopefully we go up to 50,000 and then we come back down to 42,000. That would be a nice crash. That would be about 20% down. A little bit less than 20%, you know. Hopefully that happens. I think that would make a lot of sense. Bearish divergence on the 4-hour chart. Here we go. All right, subscribers of this channel know what's about to happen now. Here we go. Bearish divergence. So first of all, I don't really see it. The RSI is not higher than it was before, but it's also not in a bearish divergence. However, let me show you how many times we have had a bearish divergence on this chart and how utterly crazy it would have been to put any weight on this. Let me show this to you with horizontal lines. Look, bearish divergences are some of the most unreliable things to use in the market. Really, really consistently unreliable. Look at this, my goodness. Here's another one. Probably better to draw this over here. We have two very clear examples here where the price is trending up, or in fact it's technically potentially a little bit higher here, instigates a big uptrend over here. But in both cases the RSI is trending lower. And I'm sure a lot of us here know what the RSI is, but if you don't already, it is a momentum indicator, and it represents what the strength of the trend is right now compared to before. Compared to, in this case, the previous 14 candle closes. Compared to, you know, each of these bars are one candle compared to the previous 14. How is the strength of the trend right now? Is it strong or is it not strong? Is it weak? Is it the absence of strength? That's what the RSI means. And what it's showing us over here is that the market is losing strength compared to where it was before, but it's still trending up. And actually, just afterwards, it broke the all-time high. It went above $20,000. On the 4-hour time frame, it's not easy to find good examples, but we still found a few in about 5 seconds. Let me show you how this looks on the daily time frame now. On the daily time frame right here, a beautiful one, very, very obvious one. We start entering a bearish divergence around over here. It ends over here. All this while, the price is trending up, bearish divergence. This would indicate that at the end of this, the market should plummet downwards. But it doubles. It fucking doubles. This is how useless bearish divergences are. In 30 days, the market doubles, even though there's a very strong bearish divergence on the chart. The issue with the bearish, and I'm not taking rips at you at all, Benjamin. I'm just using this as an example. You know, you could be anybody. It's not a personal rip. The issue with this and the RSI is that this is the first indicator that most people learn. And it's also quite easy to understand. Oh, if it's up, it's strong. If it's down, it's weak. It's quite easy to understand. However, that simplicity misleads people into using it in very unreliable ways. And this is one of them. The RSI having a bearish divergence here is nothing particularly terrifying or bad in the market. We have bearish divergences all the time while the market still trades up, all the time. And it's not necessarily an indication of the market actually losing strength. It can be sometimes, and it's about as useful as, I don't know, you know, trying to move a car by pushing it with a broomstick. It might help you a little bit, but it's mostly completely useless. And that's how I feel about this. You know, there is some utility here with bearish divergences, but one of the big problems with it is it's one of the first indicators people learn. It's quite easy to understand at the beginning, and that makes it very, very misleading. It's actually, if you backtest it, it's actually very, very bad to use, like very, very unreliable. Look at this. The RSI shows us that the market is overbought. It's too strong for how long? For about a month straight. And Bitcoin just keeps on setting all-time highs. This is where I traded a 380% profit on Bitcoin. At this same time that the market was saying, actually, nobody should be buying anymore. This is where I made 380% profit. And then I did it again when the RSI again was in overbought territory. The RSI is showing us here that the market should go down according to how most people learn this indicator. This is not how I taught it inside of FORFLIES Academy, and I didn't even want to teach it, by the way, but everyone asked me to, so I did it anyway. But you know, this is, the way I taught it is when we're overbought, technically, yes, it means overbought, but what it means really is that the trend is very strong. So I entered another long position over here. I traded 24K up to 28K, which was another 360% profit. If you're wondering how I made such big numbers on such small moves, it's because I applied leverage. And you can watch my tutorial on Phemex and follow the link in the description to sign up there if you want to see how I do it and learn how to apply those tools. And we have a lot of tutorials on that inside of VIP. One of the things we'll do inside of VIP is make sure that nobody doesn't understand what's going on. We have a lot of tutorials on there for beginners to bring you up to speed with what's going on in the group. If you want, you can join VIP and you can go through, for example, if you get the course with your VIP membership, you can go through the course first and then actually defer your entry into VIP, defer the actual time frame of your membership until, you know, like a month later or a week later or whatever you like, whatever you're comfortable with. When is the next live? Probably tomorrow, to be honest, because the market's very volatile. Maybe even later tonight, I don't know. Mohit, following me since I was a tech YouTuber. Bro, you've seen it, man. You've seen the come up. Thank you for sticking around for so long. This guy's been around since the channel was at like 10,000 subscribers. We're at 66 now. You've just seen us hit 66 today, bro. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. That's amazing. That's so cool, bro. Reach out to me on Telegram. Someone else found us on the front page randomly as well. How often do I live stream? I intend to live stream about every day. Just whenever the market does something interesting and you guys want to hear what I have to say, that's when I'll come on. Bitcoin's up a little bit now. I want to see what kind of profit I'm in right now because I've done the same kind of leverage trade. I told VIPs about it as well. 3.6 times 5 is 18%. I think it's 18% profit. Still small, but it's getting there. My first profit target is at 44,900 on this position, which is 4.6% up. Multiplied by 5 is, I don't know, but my analyst worked out the math to be roughly 23% profit. Hello from Morocco. Same here from YouTube. Same here, YouTube just recommended subscribe. Thank you very much for subscribing. I really want to go to Morocco. I want to go to Casablanca specifically. Hopefully I will drive there from Europe. It would be very, very fun. Morocco is one of the places I really dream of visiting. First time watching and already subscribed. Thank you so much, GTA Clips. Thank you very much. I'm really waiting for the next GTA 6 installation in the franchise. I don't know how much longer Rockstar is going to delay that shit, but it's really annoying. ETH just broke the all-time high, did it? Ah, nice. Alright, there we go. Nice. So let's see how this goes. This should be fun. ETH on the way to 1800. Very doable. Very doable. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum to you too, brother. Bitcoin to the moon. I guess that's how we're greeting each other these days. I like it. Is it too late to long Bitcoin now? Oh man, that's, I can't give you financial advice, but that's also a big question. I don't want to answer that. I'm not comfortable answering that, bro. I'm sorry. Can you sell £39 worth of Bitcoin? Connection's dropped. Someone's just, sorry for the connection issues, guys. Someone's just asked, can you sell £39 worth of Bitcoin, about $45? Yes, you can. However, you probably can't transfer it without losing a bunch of it because the fees are very high to transfer Bitcoin right now. Mega skaters, I hate everything except Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I think the rest of them are pretty stupid. Popped into your channel a couple of times. Really great the way you explain. Even though I'm a newbie, I can understand. That's so cool, Aditya. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. I'm glad you can understand it. Obviously, that's how we aim to make it. Look, it's trading is complicated. There's a lot to it, but the real challenge, like, it's easy to learn the technicals. It's easy to learn the chart pattern, to learn what candles mean, to learn this analysis is easy. You know, like if you really wanted to do it and you studied a book, I promise you, hand on heart, you could learn everything in a weekend. Seriously, in 48 hours, 10 hours a day, for 2 days, you would learn it. You know, like it's not that difficult. The difficult part is in managing your psychology. That's where people fail. You know, and that's something that, you know, like I've been trading for about 4 years, and 4 years in crypto is enough to turn me gray at my young age, and I'm still having to battle that problem because you never fix it fully. You can never fully do it. You might have phases where you're on point, but it'll never last. So it's a challenge that I'm constantly dealing with. Everyone's dealing with it. It's just as difficult for me as it is for you. What time frame is the best to look at for a trade entry? I couldn't say, bro. I like to use the 1 hour time frame. I like to use the 4 hour time frame. Those two really for entering a trade. That's what I'm interested in. Diana, I've seen your live about ETH the other day, and now it recommended to me the second live, and I only followed you today. Thank you. Yeah, so you've seen the analysis on Ethereum was spot on correct. Very, very cool. Ethereum's been moving so well lately. So well, I'm super happy with it. My ethnicity, Indian and Pakistani, 50-50. But then born and raised in the UK, so that's why I'm not, I don't sound like it or anything. Now that Bitcoin has spiked, when do you think is a good time to buy in? That's, again, it's such a general question. I really think you should rewind the live stream. We're getting a lot of rejections right now because there's still 40 minutes, but if it did close like this, and it's the 4th candle altogether that has rejected Bitcoin, which to me is an indication that we could go back down to 42. Potentially, I don't know. Or, you know, like I said, it could just mean I zoomed into the 1 minute time frame. It could... Have I lost connection? I've lost connection, haven't I? Oh, nice. Okay. It could just mean that people are suppressing Bitcoin until eventually they stop suppressing it and it just bloody shoots off. And that's exactly what happened before. So it could be. I really don't know. This is too small of a time frame to analyze. And that's why I don't really look at it. Mega Skaters, I won't look at Elrond because I can't leverage trade it. I can't trade it on leverage, on margin, so I'm not interested. FORFLIES, for US citizens, is a non-realized tax a possibility? I think so. Unless you realize your gains, you don't have to pay tax on it, right? Although I don't know. I'm British. I guess now I'm becoming Arab, which is even better. But I don't know because I'm not American. So I couldn't say. I've been waiting on Q verification on Binance, but I just took a risk and used eToro, and I can't keep it on my wallet or even hardware wallet. I need to have 400 BTC in to store a wallet. It might mean 400 pound. I don't think it's 400 BTC. No one's got 400 BTC, bro. That would be like a big company that has it or a really rich guy. Yeah, Binance asks for verification. That's one of the other advantages of Phemex. There's no KYC required. They won't ask you for your passport or your driving license. You can just trade on it straight away. It takes less than 30 seconds. The link is in the description if you want a better alternative. I don't like Binance. Haven't liked them for years. Had a really big problem with them years ago. And they're still just as shit in that one department. And that one department is security. So... if they fuck up on security, that's a pretty big thing to screw up, you know? Like, I don't care if you go down every now and then. I don't care if some orders don't execute. If you mess up on security, damn. And they still haven't fixed it. A lot of downsides to it, in my opinion. Plus, you know, you can just connect to this with a VPN. Just signed up to Phemex and bought some Bitcoin by Visa card. Okay, so you can, yeah, you can buy... Yes, I'm sorry, there's a tab right here, my bad. You can buy crypto with your credit card through Phemex. So, does it say the fee? Okay, they've got these partners. Coinify is a big one. They've got quite a few partners. Let's see what the next one is. Yeah, so they've got low-cost solutions, good security. There's a lot of options. They don't broadly say what fees they have, but they do partner up with these people. So if you want to buy Bitcoin for the first time, then this is also your place to buy it if you're interested. Yes, I am a friend of Crypto. He invited me to Mexico, and unfortunately I haven't gone yet. I might join him. Is Aave a good investment? No idea, bro. Haven't really looked at it. FORFLIES, when are we going to see some unfiltered interviews? More unfiltered interviews. I'm glad you liked it, man. No one has actually really said that they enjoyed it beyond the first day, so I just thought no one was really interested. However, I'm looking at... there's one guy I have lined up to do it very soon. He will talk to me about the move to Dubai and life in Dubai compared to life in the West, which I think could be quite interesting. I've got some friends who are amazing as traders, and one guy in particular amazing as a trader, but also a really cool person who I always learn a lot from. And he says he learns from me too, which is cool. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'd be surprised if he really does learn stuff from me because he's such a cool guy. But yeah, those podcasts I am looking at putting out more, and I'll notify you guys about it on this channel. I've already done one podcast on my second channel, and you can find the link to it in the description. It's the second link in the description. Prasad, I won't go into the actual security flaw of Binance. Look, it's still good. A lot of people use it. A lot of people in VIP use it with no problems and stuff like that. So even US people that I know. So it's still a good exchange. Binance is still good. It's just that they have that one flaw, and either you care about it or you don't. But obviously I do. Binance has the lowest fees. Sure, yeah. I mean, it's got its advantage. I'm not telling you don't use it. I'm just telling you I don't like it. Phemex is not available in the US. You will need a VPN. Oh, actually, someone in this comments section today said that he is or she is using it from the US, so maybe it is. But anyway, there's no KYC or whatever, so you can use a VPN, although I can't endorse that. Is Bybit KYC? I can't remember. I don't think so. I don't think you need KYC on Bybit either. Yeah, Crypto always does look like he's in a good mood. He's a great guy to be around. Very funny. Like, super funny. If you guys ever get a chance to meet with him, it's gonna really shock you. Because he's not like the YouTube videos. Do you recommend me to buy Bitcoin? I can't recommend anything, bro, sorry. Just subbed, new to crypto, and you're informative. Thank you. Everyone who asks me, do I recommend you do XYZ, just rewind the live stream, and you can hear what I have to say about that. Nice little projection on Bitcoin right now. A little bit on Ethereum as well. Did I also have the word moist? What do you mean? What trade websites do I use? So yeah, Phemex. It's on screen right here. There's a link to it in the description. Alright, oh fuck me. 2.5 hours? Damn. Yeah guys, I'm gonna head off now. That's 2.5 hours. I think that's the longest live stream we've ever done on this channel. So rewind to the beginning. Yeah, use it as a podcast. The beginning is where I did most of the core analysis on the market. So go back to the beginning, and if you don't have time, just watch like the first half an hour. All right, damn, 2.5 hours. That's the longest live stream we've ever done. Is it actually 2.5? All right, with that, I'm gonna get going. I hope you have enjoyed this live stream. If you have, please smash up those likes one more time. We're so close. There's 900 of you. We're so close to hitting 1,000 likes. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Tick the bell to make sure you don't miss out on our content. FORFLIES Gold now up to 10,600 members. So a lot of people benefiting from our free content in there. And you can join FORFLIES Gold by clicking on the first link in the description down below, and then clicking on the @FORFLIES button at the bottom of any post in FORFLIES Gold, and then clicking on send message to ask me how to join VIP. In my free time, bro, I usually drive or smoke shisha. 24-hour live stream, please. I don't know about that. 24 hours sounds exhausting. Don't end it, the market will move soon. If the market moves substantially again, I'll just live stream again. I don't need to sleep. Leave this live stream up as a video, please, so I can rewatch it when it's over. Yeah, Daniel, every single video, every single live stream, it's always available as a video straight after I'm done. So don't worry about that. Danny Reed, I've been sat here for the full time. Good live stream. Thank you. Thank you very much, yeah. How many of you have been here since the start? I don't think very many. I don't have a Lambo, no. I have a Ferrari, and it's really fun. It's way better than a Lambo. Yeah, I'm gonna get going, guys. Hope you've all enjoyed it. 100 likes away from 1,000. Please smash them up if we can. On your way out, if you've learned anything, if you found anything useful in this live stream. And I'll see you all in the next video, in the next live stream. Take it easy one last time if you want to join VIP. Then and follow these steps on screen. Okay, 2 others. I've been here since the start. Obviously, probably many more of you who are not commenting. Oh wow, quite a few people have been here since the start. Ah, Phil, nice one. Yeah, well guys, those of you who are tuning in now or even since the start, I've just remembered that I just sort of realized that you probably have the best feedback to offer. So if there's ever anything that you find to be annoying in these live streams, you would want me to change, maybe like a pet peeve, any feedback at all, especially the ones who've been watching the longest, because you'll have the most things to say. please DM me on Telegram. I'm always looking to improve this stuff. So just let me know if there's anything at all that I could do differently. Alright, a lot of people here since the beginning. Nice. Very, very cool. Thank you all for tuning in. Super close to that 1,000 like mark. And yeah, we have passed 66,000 subscribers today. So again, thank you very much. I love the support. I appreciate it a lot. And you know I'll keep on delivering it. Alright guys, have a good day. And I'll drop more updates in Telegram if I see anything else. Take it easy. Bye-bye.